Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is ready. Good evening. Good evening to wherever you may be tuning in from. We are live. Welcome, everyone. Let me just do this tweet real quick here, and we'll get into it right away. Live for the Canada-Argentina watch along on the One Soccer YouTube channel. Come say hello. Boom. Boom. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. The biggest match in Canada soccer history. Is this the biggest match in Canada soccer history? Probably. I would say so. The lineups are out. We're about 14, 15 minutes away from kickoff. In California, I've been here for all your matches. Good luck. Let's go, Gordo. This is going to be something special. This is going to be special. This is special for Canada. This is special for Argentina as well, I would say. I would say this is a very, very special match for both nations. Sorry, my friends. Give me a second. We'll have a couple of people joining us as we go along. Alex, AGR, will be joining us. Let's talk about the starting 11 for Canada first. No changes except one. Ice in the veins, Ishmael Kone is back in the lineup. He's back in the starting 11 with Eustachio in that midfield. That is the only change. Everything else stays the same. Bombito and Cornelius, Davies on the left, Johnston on the right, Crepeau obviously in net, goalkeeper of the tournament for me, if you take away the penalties, because as we know that Emi Martinez was fantastic, phenomenal, absolutely outrageous against Ecuador on penalties. It is Schaffelberg, it is David, it is Larea, it is Kyle Laren. 4-2-2 for Canada. Canada will tie 1-1. Canada will win on penalties. Akam, that was actually my prediction too, man. That was my prediction, dude. That was my prediction. 4-0 Argentina, 2 penalty goals. Geeter. Let's talk about that. The first time Canada played Argentina, 17 days ago? 17 days ago. 17 days ago. It was 2-0 for Argentina. But in reality, it was really 1-0. And the reason why it was 1-0, Lautaro Martinez scored in the 88th minute. We were pushing up, trying to get the equalizer, obviously. We left ourselves a little bit exposed. So I would call that game 1-0. I don't think it's going to be 4-0. I don't see that happening. But hey, you never know. Maybe it's 4-0 for Canada. What's up, Chad? How you doing, man? Hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong too, Geeter. I hope you're wrong too. When it comes to Argentina, obviously, Emi Martinez is in nets. Gonzalo Montiel, Christian Romero, Martinez from Manchester United, and Nicolas Tagliafico. They are your back four. It looks like a 4-3-3 to me, even though FOTMob shows us that as a 4-4-2. I don't think it's a 4-4-2. It's more of a 4-3-3. McAllister, Fernandez, and Rodrigo de Paul in the midfield. And then you have Di Maria, Messi, and Alvarez as your front three. I watch your videos about FIFA. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Today, it's not FIFA. Today, it's real footy. Soccer, Canada soccer. Think Canada can win the Copa America? Man, it's that question of, could Canada qualify for the Copa America? We did. Can Canada get out of the group? We did. Can Canada beat Venezuela? We did. Now we have to beat Argentina, right? So let's just see what happens. You know, I feel optimistic, man. I feel optimistic. I think the squad has been playing very, very well and improving every single match at the Copa America. I really do. I think that we learned a lot from that game against Argentina in the first group stage match, obviously. And the team has bonded together. The team has really, really bonded together. They know each other much better. They've been playing for each other. They've been playing for all of us. And I think, maybe we can surprise some people. To be fair, or let's just say when Canada beats Argentina tonight, it would be the greatest fairy tale story, the greatest probably upset in football or soccer history. Do I like Jesse Marsch? I absolutely love Jesse Marsch. I love Jesse Marsch. Fantastic manager so far for Canada. He's brilliant. Lots of experience, brings a lot of different ideations to the players. Very good coach. Absolutely fantastic. This is tournament football. Everyone should be optimistic. No reason to not be. Absolutely, Gordo. I agree. Look at Georgia. Look what happened with Georgia. Georgia beat Portugal. What about when Leicester City won the Premier League? Let's go, Canada, Guangwei. Let's go. Canada improved a lot. Absolutely. Canada has improved a lot. We have improved a lot every single match over the tournament. The lineups are coming out, so I hope you're watching along with me. Have me in the background. We can chat here. Hopefully, we can celebrate together as well. I feel nervous. And we're going to have AGR joining us right now. Here comes AGR. Alex, good evening, my friend.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Are you?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm nervous. This is the biggest match for Canada in our history, I would say. The most important match. And I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited. How are you feeling?
Honestly, I don't think anything's really set in yet because I don't have any sort of nerves yet. But I think just seeing the two players, Messi and Davies, now at the tunnel is maybe starting to awaken that in me because it's very hot in Vancouver today. So I've just been like muggy, grinding through my day. But it's game time. I think as soon as that whistle hits,
it is game time.
Canada's a Copa America semi.
Oh, baby. Sadly, Canada is not going to win tonight. There are many interests in contests for Argentina, CONMEBOL, and FIFA to let. Okay, let's keep the bias out of it.
Later.
Yeah, save that stuff for later. For later. Yeah, it's very hot in Ottawa too because I'm in Ottawa. It was quite hot. It was probably like 29 today. And what happened with me today? I had my driveway paved, so so now like my entire house was just like attracting the heat from the driveway. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. Hi, friends. Greeting from Argentina, Tucumán. Hello, Ezekiel. And yeah, hope you're cheering for us. Hope you're cheering for us. Who is your favorite player? Player. Mine is Davies. Alex, who is your favorite player, or who do you think maybe performed who has surprised you the most so far in the starting 11 for Canada? We'll structure it like that.
That's a good question. I'll go Schaffelberg. Like, it's just been great to see how he's taken an opportunity. Like, this is someone who, just months ago he's battling to get into the squad, and now he's come in, and this is a guy in MLS who's just battling there in his spot. And he's going up against Dejan Buchanan, an Inter Milan player before his injury. He's going up against Liam Miller, going up against all these top class attackers, and Schaffelberg's just carved out a role. Like, you can't help but root for a guy who works hard and puts in a shift. And man, if he can score another big goal, that would be quite the story for
absolutely. As the Argentina anthem is playing, I definitely have to agree with you as well. I think it is Schaffelberg for me. He's definitely turned some heads at this competition, man. This is what tournament football does to players. Sometimes you have players that are a little bit overshadowed. We've spoken about this before throughout the entirety of the tournament, where we have players that are overshadowed, and all of a sudden there is a shining light, and they show the world something that they've never seen before. And this can be said not only about Jacob Schaffelberg, I would say. You can also say it about Max Crepeau. You can say it about our back line of specifically Moise Bombito and Derek Cornelius. There's a lot of players that have stepped up to the occasion. And it's just so wonderful to see the growth of the game here in Canada. We have so many talents. People are just starting to realize that we have just an incredible amount of talent. Canadian anthem, guys.
There we go. Sing it loud and proud.
We'll stay quiet for this one. Let's go, boys. Woo!
Jesse Marsh just sitting there
Jesse
belting
Marsh.
it out.
Yes, he learned the lyrics, man. He learned the lyrics. He learned the lyrics. Biggest game for Canada since '84 Olympics. That was the year I was born. That was a very, very long time ago.
That's quite the pull.
That is quite the pull. They are showing the starting lineups. Emi Martinez, obviously, and nets, my friends. The back four is Nicolas Tagliafico, Lisandro Martinez with Christian Romero and Gonzalo Montiel. The three in the midfield, Rodrigo De Paul, Alexis McAllister, and Enzo Fernandez. And like we talked about, it is a 4-3-3, Di Maria, Alvarez, and Lionel Messi. It's as strong as it gets.
Huh? A couple surprises there, though. I'd say the two. I'm surprised. Molina, he's been in for a good chunk of it. Montiel, I mean,
he has, yeah.
Those are, I mean, they got like for like there, so a little less surprised. I'm surprised about Di Maria. I thought with the high line and Scaloni talking about it yesterday, I could have easily seen a Nico Gonzalez. I thought he was pretty good, or even if Scaloni would have gone bold and thrown in a Lautaro Martinez with an Alvarez, they've kind of been like for like. But I feel like Martinez's speed would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, that definitely could have worked. Also, Tagliafico was in, so he's been kind of just thrown in lately because he didn't start against Canada in the first match. I don't believe he did. I don't remember him starting. I think it was Acuna that was playing.
Yeah, Acuna started against
Acuna
Canada,
did starting.
So
yeah,
Acuna's been kind of won that spot over the last few games.
Yeah, exactly. Shaking hands with the Chilean referee. The Chilean referee, what do I know about him? I read about him today. I forgot a few things about him.
Aren't they saying that he's got yellow cards?
Yes, that's the one. Yes, he has personal yellow cards with his face on it. So that's kind of cool.
Jamie won't be able to use them today, I don't think. But you know what? I'd say that's kind of cool.
I think, man, it's kind of original. It's definitely brings some originality to the refereeing business. The one thing I'm very, very excited about, it is a 4-2-2 that we're playing, but the one thing that I'm very excited about to see how it's going to work is that left side of the field for us with Davies and Schaffelberg just absolutely lightning speed against Di Maria and Montiel. Probably DePaul is, I'm assuming DePaul or Fernandez are going to have to drop in to help out Di Maria and Montiel, man, just because like Schaffelberg is so fast and Davies is so fast. I don't know if one of the midfielders are going to have to maybe come across. If you're talking like tactically, what do you think?
I think DePaul's probably going to play on the right. Based on what I see here, I would see Di Maria actually on the left. I would see Enzo Fernandez more as the 6, McAllister kind of on the left of him, and I think DePaul kind of on the right in a bit of a role there to help defensively. Argentina does like to use DePaul kind of like their defensive stopper. It's kind of like in basketball when you have like your 1v1 guy, you kind of throw at matchups. They like to use DePaul like that.
Absolutely. I just look at like a guy like Schaffelberg and Davies on that left hand side, and they will be going up against. Obviously, they will be defending. Like, man, that is so much pace. That is way too much pace for Montiel and Di Maria to handle. The 35-year-old Di Maria to handle. That is just a lot of pace.
Just throw him into the fire.
Right? We're moments away from kickoff here, and
got the ball. Jonathan David's got his foot on the ball. Hope that's not the last time we don't see that for a few minutes. Let's hope he gets a lot of it early.
Absolutely. We don't want to see Jonathan David with his foot on the ball in the center line ever again for the rest of the match here. And we are off, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
What an occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. This is so special. We do lose possession, and it is Argentina on the ball. Passing in between their center backs and left back now. Tagliafico. Lisandro Martinez will go all the way to Christian Romero.
Slow and steady. Expect a lot of this from Argentina. That's what they did a lot in the first game.
I agree. I completely agree. It's they're kind of feeling us out right now. You can see that they're feeling us out, and again, it's just going back and forth between their center back. It's walking pace. It is walking pace.
Well, it's to test the Canadian press. It's like, okay, how aggressive are they in the press?
They're testing us out. Back to the keeper.
But
Martinez.
One thing, apparently, our friend Ben Steiner's down there in New Jersey,
Yes,
and
I
I was
think so too.
reading his tweets, and apparently the weather's a bit strange. Like it was raining about an hour ago. Like it's like
Interesting.
muggy, so it's
It's
something to watch out.
I
It's not as hot, but it's like muggy.
I read that it is still pretty hot. I read it's 29. I believe they
Okay.
even said that on a broadcast. I think they said it's 29 degrees. So it's the
Not
rain
quite
plus the little bit of
Kansas,
the mug.
but
It's
it's humid. I'd say it's kind
yeah,
of giving like
humid and muggy.
rainforest conditions.
Exactly. Exactly. They started Montiel to contend with Schaffelberg's speed. We'll see how he contends with Schaffelberg's speed, Boss Beast. We will see. It is basically crawling pace right now. It is Martinez back to Romero. And we're just kind of shifting back and forth here, back and forth. Laren chasing down Lissandro Martinez. And there we go. Chase down Tagliafico. Into the midfield it goes.
Yeah,
Quick triangle passes.
There we go.
Back to Christian Romero. He'll lose possession. Jonathan David now. Kyle Laren going forward. Drops it off to his Ismail Kone. We lose possession again.
Those are the moments.
That's it. Those are the ones. Those are the ones. A throw in for Argentina. And then now it's Messi.
Well,
Messi on the right side. Ball into the box. Cornelius, cool, calm, and collected. Gets it out. Schaffelberg.
so it does
We'll
look
drop
like
it off to
Di
Kone.
Maria, right?
Jonathan
Yeah.
David with support. Little bit sloppy right now from us, guys. Just a little bit. There we go. We kind of get possession. There's Alistair Johnston on the ball now. Still tied. We're in this, says Tim. Beautiful ball down the
That's
right-hand
good.
side to Richard Larea.
Attack your
Larea-
man, 1v1.
Tagliafico takes him on. That's out. Ref, that's out. It's a corner for Canada. Let's go, baby. Sorry,
Loving it. Dima's fired up.
I'm excited, man. I'm
He's
excited.
ready to run through a wall.
I'm
Might
ready.
join you at this point.
Oh, man.
Just like headbutt my mic. Like,
It was a little bit sloppy there from Martinez, but maybe the ball came out a little out wide. I think he kind of misjudged the speed of it because he kind of came slow for it, thinking that he'll be pretty comfortable getting it, but then it really just rolled out of bounds on him.
took a weird skip there because like
Yeah.
the two defenders kind of got a weird bounce there on Larea.
Pitch looks really wet, says me. Schaffelberg with the corner. Into the box it goes. Out.
Good ball.
It was a very good ball. They're going to keep it in. DePaul will keep it in, and it'll go out for a throw-in.
You know what? That's good for Canada. They've had some struggles this tournament on like the defensive phases immediately after set pieces. So Johnston getting a throw in there and just getting his team back and organized.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more than it might look at first glance.
The one thing that, if you remember, Alex, from the first matches, Argentina played those long balls over the top a lot. And I think Jesse Marsh said that that is one of the big things that they need to clean up against Argentina. And hopefully they have, as we retain possession. Laren doing well in the midfield. Yes, he's
Nice
deep.
touch.
Schaffelberg, beautiful ball. Schaffelberg in the box. Schaffelberg shot. It's going to be another corner. Oh no, it's
great ball from
really, it's not. I thought it's going to be, I thought it was a tip there, but there wasn't.
some great work there from Collar and to find
Yes.
Schaffelberg. I would have liked him to almost take that touch in stride there a bit. It kind of sat up on him.
I feel like over the course of the tournament, and I understand that Kyle Laren hasn't scored a single goal for us, and he's had several opportunities. People really have maybe not ignored, but haven't really given him the respect of the work that he's put in every single match. Where like that was a prime example of the things that he's done. Right? He can play those long balls. He works very, very hard. You know what I mean? He's just fantastic. And Argentina going forward now. They're in the box. No penalty there. No. Di Maria fell over.
Bombito with the big body.
Yes.
No messing around.
Great defensive play. Kyle Laren chasing down Tagliafico. Tagliafico, he does pretty well, actually, but will give the ball away to Canada. Eustachio in the midfield.
Here's your
Go Canada, Trap God, go.
Put your foot on the ball here and just enjoy your position.
Mm-hmm.
Break this Argentina down. Team down.
Is that a
That's what they're all
foul?
about.
That should be a foul. I mean, the pace is it's definitely cautious from both teams. It's a
That's Argentina. They almost want to lull you into this sense of security where they're pouncing, right? It's like a predator in the jungle, just like waiting for their
absolutely.
prey. That's
Hmm.
what's terrifying. Because you make the one mistake, and next thing you know, you got Messi just there.
Well, that's it. That's the beauty about Argentina, right? Like they will make you pay on one mistake, and they will capitalize, and that's just 100%. You know, like that they're just so dangerous in every single part of the field. That's why they're the world number one,
They're
and
like
probably.
comfortable playing different ways, right? Like they're not
Hmm.
just a possession, and they can do counter, they can do physical, they can do
That's
clean.
right.
Like they don't mind mucking up the game, and that's like the big skill. Some of these big teams,
That's
when
right.
you make them uncomfortable, they can go away for their game plan. Argentina's game plan is to be uncomfortable. It
That's
feels
right.
like. What a
Jacob
ball!
Schaffelberg now. Eustachio with a beautiful ball to Jacob Schaffelberg. 4 in the
The
box.
cross?
Schaffelberg shot. It's just wide.
The ball's falling for Mr. Schaffelberg there down the left.
He knows. You can see by the look on Jacob's face, he's disappointed in the finishing product there. The
That was
ball
a
by
great
Eustachio.
ball from Eustachio. Who, by the
Delicious,
way,
man.
I was checking the stats before. Eustachio's top 3 in the whole tournament in progressive passes, and that's another one to add to his list. So he's been
That's
having
fantastic.
an incredible tournament.
That's
in terms of his ball
fantastic.
passing.
I did not know that.
I think he has like 27 progressive passes, which is like top 3 in the whole tournament. So,
There was also a stat about Schaffelberg that I saw. Expected assists.
yes, that one's that shout out to Farhan Devji, actually, the guy who wrote the Alphonso Davies book here. There it is. He found that stat. It's Schaffelberg's second only behind Messi in expected assists per 90 this tournament.
Chad, did you guys know that Jacob Schaffelberg is second in the Copa America in expected assists, only behind Lionel Messi and ahead of Angel Di Maria. We got a Canadian in between 2 Argentinians.
That's that's something to be proud of.
Absolutely. But I mean, he's turned heads, right? I mean, he's taken this competition by storm. He really has. A throw in for Argentina on the right side. And they'll pass it between their center backs. Off to Tagliafico now. Alex is always such a mood. Absolutely. Alex is a vibe, man. Alex is a big vibe. He's a vibe. That should probably go
that
for
mood. I need to know what this mood is. Is it
goal kick? R9 is in the building.
Hey,
R9. Unbelievable.
He came here to see what do they say? The
Came to see
Brampton Benzema.
Came to see his favorite player, Alphonso Davies. Jacob Schaffelberg.
Actually, Kyle Larin. No, no joke. I say the Kyle Larin thing in jest. Kyle Larin played at his club.
Real Valladolid, right?
So he might be there just genuinely to support his boy.
To be fair, that's actually quite a decent analysis, because I saw there was some rumors about Jacob Schaffelberg with links to Sporting Gijón in La Liga too, right? And I mean, Real Valladolid.
Also, they just got promoted to La Liga again.
Maybe there's a connection there, because if we talk about Jacob Schaffelberg, let's say if those rumors are true about Sporting Gijón and Jacob Schaffelberg, I don't think a move to La Liga 2 would be that great of a move for him. Tagliafico now. Alvarez on the left side. Edge of the box.
Playing advantage.
They'd play advantage, but they give it away. Quick counter. Can we get one? No.
Nice.
Schaffelberg should be a Liverpool target right now. Maybe after one more year. Maybe we can do one more year, you know. But I think if we talk about moving, like I said, to La Liga 2, I don't know if that's the most optimal move, but to a newly promoted La Liga side, I don't see how that would be pretty decent, I would say. To me, anyways, I think that would be a pretty successful move. So maybe R9 is here to scout Jacob Schaffelberg. Maybe we can start those rumors now.
I'd say just he'll ask Kyle. Kyle, I trust you. Who do you want to come to Spain? And Kyle's like, oh, don't worry, I got you.
No Josh tonight. No, unfortunately, no Josh tonight. Josh has some internet problems. Jonathan David into the box. Larin loses possession. Argentina.
Oof.
A little sloppy in the back, but they get out. Canada not looking overwhelmed. No, we're definitely not looking overwhelmed. Messi with a beautiful pass. Angel Di Maria against Cornelius to Messi. Messi with a shot just wide.
Oof.
Near post.
Oof. Oy, oy, oy.
Good opportunity. This is what Argentina can do, though. This is how they can create chances. Something out of absolutely nothing. And he was not far away. I think Crépeau would have it covered because it was low. And, I mean, maybe not. If it was on target.
Ooh, yeah, he didn't really. I mean,
he kind of scuffed it a little bit.
Yeah. Screened on the shot.
Yeah, he reacted a little late. Crépeau will go long. A foul on Kyle Larin. On Christian Romero.
But hey. That's a good duel. Romero versus Larin.
Oh yeah. Romero's but I like to see Larin playing very physical there. Like it's good, man. I got no problem with that. Obviously, give away a foul. Argentina will probably they'll retake possession as they do, and they'll probably play it short, and as they do. They got to wake up. Giving too much space to Messi right there. Yeah, he definitely was in a little bit space, but Messi's such a good player that he can create that space. You know, he creates space for himself. Argentina again on the ball.
Patient. Very patient.
Oh, of course. The patience is Argentina's middle name.
That's what's so wild about this challenge for Canada, is that with how patient Argentina is, they almost they want you to fall asleep. They're waiting for you to make one lapse, and that's like incredible. Like
I don't think I've seen Canada play this slow. I think both teams are kind of feeling each other out. It's still only 13 minutes in. I mean, Argentina isn't playing at their top pace either, right? I mean, they're playing very technical, and Canada's trying to maybe match that. And Argentina's making mistakes just right there. I mean, there's a loose pass, and Alphonso Davies will retain possession for Canada, and he'll go down the left side. He'll try to make a pass to Eustachio. It's a little bit wild of a pass, and now Argentina will go back the other way. Davies does excellent. Bombito. What a ball from Bombito to Eustachio. Kone now on the left side with a little bit of space. Ishmael Kone into the midfield. Jonathan David. Someone's got to tell him there's a guy behind him. Someone's got to tell him there's an Argentina player behind him. There's got to be better communication. There goes Alex. Messi walks around and somehow finds the perfect place to be. Does it to everyone. Yes, exactly, Scott. This is exactly how Messi plays, right? This is why he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. Great defensive play by Derek Cornelius. So he's back. Kone now going forward. Kone does well. Fouled.
Well, he's dancing. That's why you wanted him in this game.
That's right.
Get that confidence.
Oh, I guess they didn't even call that a foul. Alvarez tried to even help him up after the foul. Out wide it goes. DePaul. Messi, little dink. Comfortable for Crépeau. Very comfortable. Blocking that McAllister pass was big. Absolutely. Every single block will be huge. We just have to be in the game. You know, no slip-ups like that. No slip-ups whatsoever. Passes like that have to be blocked. Kone looks like pure quality. We'll enjoy watching him in Liga next season. It's a phenomenal move for him, Sensei King. Absolutely phenomenal move. It's great for his growth. He's going to learn a lot from the experienced players and the coaching staff at Marseille. That's a fantastic move. And it's a fantastic move for Canada soccer, right? I mean, we have yet another playing for a big club. That's what we need. Argentina retain possession. Messi now against Cornelius, taking on several. Eustachio does excellent once again. Here we go. Kone, can you get to that ball? Yes, he can. Kone down the right side. Make the pass. Larin in the middle. Schaffelberg. Oh, it's just a little past Schaffelberg. Another fantastic play, man.
So close. Oh my. Hey, that was almost so well worked. Kone, the ball on the Laren. Would have loved to get a shot there. I think you got it. That's the one thing now. Canada's had a few pushes forward, but they got to start testing. I mean, Martinez. I was looking through the numbers. He hasn't gotten very many shots or
I
XG on him
completely agree.
in regular play.
Yes, I completely agree. Davies does well against Di Maria. Davies all alone, carrying forward. David, Jonathan David. Anybody there? Come on, guys.
Oh.
David, Davies. Alfonso with a shot. It's blocked. Alvarez, he's going to try and test Kripo once again. Just like Venezuela vibes.
He got the Rondon tape. Jeez. I don't think that's happening again. I hope.
No.
I really hope.
No. Alex, man, those are like, we've had the opportunities going forward already, man. Like, we need to start capitalizing. Like you said, we need to start testing the keeper. It's just like we're getting in the final third, but we need to start getting those attempts on net. Like, we're getting the open spaces. We're getting the looks.
Another thing is Argentina. I mean, they've only conceded 1 goal this tournament. It came at the end of the last game. They haven't trailed. They haven't, had to face that adversity. Not to say they're not used to it, but it is always a bit of a different game state when you're chasing versus now. So for Canada, I mean,
yep.
The longer it goes for Canada, the harder it gets because you're fatigued.
Yep. Absolutely.
Concentration. Like, if you can get an early goal, it would change this game.
Richie Larea. It's going to be out for a goal kick.
Oof. Low-key, Tagliafico almost grabbed a hold there. Then he kind of thought he probably saw the tape on the Rea that wins fouls and almost realized in live time, like,
he knows Richie Larea what he's able to do. They got to be careful with the desperation shots. Argentina is hoping to catch them on a counter. Well, we talked about that. That's the beauty of Argentina. They can attack you in several different ways, right? They can pounce on you at any moment. They can be under severe pressure, and all of a sudden, 30 seconds later, they go back the other way, and they score and they take the lead. That's why they're the number one. That's why they're so good. David and Laren are just a clear step behind. We'll see how the match plays out. I think the work rate is there. They're obviously trying to battle for every ball out there. Canada needs to take advantage soon. Argentina is going to adjust in the midfield. We're going to see what happens. So far, I've been very, very impressed with Kone and Eustachio putting in the work in that midfield.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it's been good because he's had a quietly really good tournament, obviously through that progressive passes stat earlier, but like, he just hasn't been noticed. Like, this would be a good game for him to have one of those eye catchers.
Eustachio.
What a turn.
Trying to find another ball.
Not quite able
I like the confidence that we have in our goalkeeper. You saw it right there where Alfonso Davies can pass the ball to Kripo under pressure too. It wasn't under immense pressure, but he was under pressure, and Kripo has that ability to not just kick it away, but he found a beautiful pass to Eustachio, and Eustachio turned and tried to find a very long ball. Just wasn't deep enough. But I like that we have that kind of confidence in our back line, and of course in our goalkeeper. Argentina with the possession. Messi, one touch to DePaul. DePaul, is he going to test the keeper? It's a little dink into the box. Johnston slides it in. Does he keep it in? Is it out? It's a goal kick.
Well, either way, I think Larea won that foul right after.
Yes, Kripo was great with his feet there. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. It's been a great 20 minutes so far for Canada. It's been a fantastic 20 minutes for Canada, guys. Fantastic 20 minutes.
Doing well in their visit to MetLife Stadium, home of the World Cup final in 2026. Perhaps an early visit for Canada.
Early one.
Just testing out the grounds.
Canada feeling very confident, playing it out the back.
I love it.
Laren does well. Laren does excellent. So does Larea.
Well.
Loses the ball.
Jonathan David wants the ball there, and I don't blame him. He does feel like he could use a bit more touches. A lot of it's going through Laren right now, and he's doing some good hold-up play. But David's a guy you want to get active and get going because he
for sure
change this game.
For sure. I'm not a big fan of and I've seen it throughout this entire Copa America, how deep David has to come to get the ball sometimes. Like he's literally at the midfield, man. Sometimes even in our own half, getting the ball and trying to find outlet passes to Jacob Schaffelberg when he, like in my mind, he's our goal scorer. He's the guy that should be up top as our kind of, our striker, our number 9 up there trying to poach on balls, and going taking defenders on one-on-one.
I'd like to see them like David fizz them the ball a little bit more too. It's like when you're playing rec league and you have a good player on your team, sometimes you just give them a pass, even if it's simple, just so that they can feel the ball and maybe they won't do anything with it. It's because you don't want a guy like David to get cold and not.
No, you definitely don't. You definitely don't. Another kind of lazy pass from Argentina, and Canada will retain possession, and Crépeau will go long. Should be a foul there. No, ref? No foul.
Jesse Marsh is almost on the field in disbelief.
He's the 12th man. Look at him. He is on the field.
He's testing the Copa, the Copa limits.
If Canada keeps this energy up and tempo up, they can win this. Hey, man, you never know, right? This is the beauty of football. That's the beauty of football. And look, there goes the long dinky balls again. It's touch. Alvarez. It's Julian Alvarez. Is he offside? He's not.
It was one moment.
We talked about it. One mistake. One error.
Kid is loving it in the crowd. Jeez.
So it's a goal that really shouldn't happen, man. Like, at all. That goal should not happen.
See, it literally came from like one pass. It was just at the back with Romero. Then goes to
he's too far. Bombito is too far from Alvarez.
Him and Johnston just dropped back a bit too deep and didn't.
Yep. They didn't know where Alvarez was. They lost him. That was just too easy. That was too easy.
Went right through the wickets.
One mistake, that's all it takes. Yeah, Gordo, we talked about it. That's it. It's like, this is Argentina, right? This is Argentina. They will make you pay. They will make you pay.
La araña, the spider, hides in the shadows, but as soon as you give him the ball.
Yeah, top pass and a great touch. I feel like Bombito, and whether it's Bombito or whether it's Johnston, I feel like they were way too far.
So when someone's playing a long ball, you gotta be with your line, especially. Yeah. I know Canada doesn't really mark man too, so it's a bit surprised, right? If you're a zone, especially, you gotta hold your line.
It is still early, Nathan. It is still early. But we've seen some positivity from our side. We've seen positivity. Like, we've seen us going forward already in this match. And I mean, to be honest, like, we've had more forward, I guess you can call them, opportunities than Argentina has. Like, we've had more, if you can call them dangerous opportunities, we've had more of them than Argentina. Johnston going forward now. Edge of the box. Laren. Nothing there.
Oh.
We intercept. We retain possession. Should be a foul. Yes. That is a foul.
So that's a point in the chat that, like, that's another thing where Canada kind of got caught out a bit, where there was that, how would I say, a duel between Larea.
That's it.
Could have been a foul. One. Ball goes to Argentina. Canada not quite back in position yet. Boom.
Dangerous free kick for Canada. Dangerous free kick. Piling up the box. Happy birthday, Kyle.
Callum. Happy birthday, Callum. Yeah.
Davies and Eustachio. Who's going to take it? In-swinger or out-swinger here?
It's going to be out-swinger, Eustachio.
No, it's going to be Davies. Davies. Oh. Nice ball. Johnston is there. Richie Larea. Back to Johnston. Into the box it goes again. Too close to Emi Martinez, and he will collect.
Laren trying to get it.
Free kick for Argentina.
There was so much grabbing in the box there. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if they could show a replay. 'Cause it was just like, why are they VARing this? Like, come on, it wasn't even close. Don't need the offside symbol on that one.
I don't know why we need to look at that VAR. That's for sure. No reason for it. Absolutely none.
Give me the VAR in the box there. I just want to, out of curiosity, it was just like, I don't know if they'll show. There was just elbows flying around there.
Yeah,
there was the call on Larea there. He did catch a bit of an elbow from Tagliafico. They didn't.
Should have been a foul to me. Absolutely, should have been a foul. But Martinez. Martinez on the ball, looking for some passes. He goes right. Romero.
Ground shot.
Martinez to Martinez. Where's Josh tonight? He'll be joining the second half, Bubba. He'll be joining the second half. Again, it's walking pace. But this is what Argentina does.
That's what they wanted. And that's why that first goal was so crucial for Canada, because now Argentina really, they get to dictate the terms, and that's not the team you want to dictate the terms.
Yeah,
you
that's
want
right.
To make them uncomfortable, and that's where, I mean,
they're going to play at their own pace. They know they have the lead.
I'm not even going to say it. Well, I will say it, but it's just like the next goal is so important. But then for Canada, it also isn't, because if you go too aggressive for it, then Argentina will get the second, and then you're really...
They definitely have to play it carefully here. They have to play it carefully. Obviously, calculated attacks, you don't want to expose yourself, just like you said, right? You don't want to be at a risk of conceding a second one, because if it's the second one and it's, that's going to be...
you pack up the tent.
I mean, that's if this is already not a mountain to climb, a 2-goal deficit for Canada would be an enormous mountain to climb. It would be Kilimanjaro. That's what it would be.
Funnily enough, I don't think if you're Canada, you don't change. You do what you were doing early works, in the sense that you were getting into dangerous areas. Just like you need that final pass, that final action.
Yeah.
Tighten the screws defensively and just keep going. Don't change too much. Don't let this.
I completely agree with you, man. I completely agree with you. We had opportunities going forward, right? Like, we just have to continue what we're doing, and we have to test the keeper. We have to actually have some shots on net. We've gotten into some good positions. We have gotten into some good positions, and we've gotten the ball into their box several times already. And we've had possession too. Like, we've had possession. We're not just sitting back and just absorbing pressure from Argentina. We are going forward. We're trying to create chances, and we are creating, but we're just not shooting. We haven't really had any opportunities where we, I guess.
That's Martinez. See what those gloves are made of.
The pitch looks soaked. Yeah, it's Alex said it's been raining there. It was raining. And now it's kind of hot and humid. McAllister. He'll go back all the way to Emi Martinez.
As you know, those East Coast rains are brutal too. It's probably only half an hour, and that's enough to.
Yeah, and it's just like a torrential downpour, right?
Yeah.
Montiel. Back to Martinez. Yeah, Argentina is now controlling the game, playing at their own pace. If David shoots more, then we could have a chance. We got to get
him in the position.
That's literally what I was going to say. We got to get him into a position to shoot. Cornelius. Davies now. Davies. Going forward. It's a not great pass. Eustachio's there.
Good recovery.
Johnston on the right. More in the midfield. Eustachio. Kone. Kone's been brilliant so far in these 30 minutes. Schaffelberg tries to pass it to Alfonso on the left. Goes out for a throw-in. Kone will collect it.
I'd say keep funneling the ball to Kone. He looks confident. Let him kind of set the tempo, pick things apart.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he can pick out some maybe some sort of passes, maybe into Laren, into David, into their feet, right?
Actually, I don't know if you just saw too. I was just watching Kone off the ball, and he just gestured very aggressively towards the striker. So I don't know if there's something he wants to see from them. Looks like
I did see that. Yes. Cornelius
demanding the ball
does well. Eustachio out wide. Larea. Eustachio again in the midfield. Kone.
Look for Kone, yes.
Johnston. Laren at his feet.
Nice.
Richie Larea.
Oh, that touch.
Johnston will go over the top. It's not there. It's back to Martinez.
Oh, look at that. Like, you can tell they play a lot of footy tennis the way Argentina just head right back to goalie in possession.
Yeah. I feel like having David drop in deep is a mistake. I know he wants to work hard and help, but it's also the Harry Kane problem. Everyone dropping back and then you lose out on attacks. Yeah, we just talked about that, me and AJR. Like we I feel like David should be that guy up top. I don't like when David drops really, really deep. Like he literally have dropped. We've seen him as far as in our own midfield trying to, he gets possession in our own midfield and then he'll try to pass it on the wings, where I think David should be kind of our man up top.
Well, that's the dilemma with him and Kyle Larin as a partnership, is that Larin ends up being more of the 9, but then
he's got to be
David,
the 10.
Are you worried then that David's not getting enough opportunities? And then it becomes and that's been the debate with David and Larin. It's not so much Larin doing anything bad. It's just, is he getting in the way of David? And again, you're not getting enough out of David.
I always wanted to see David be the sole striker, just kind of left alone. Maybe bring on a Chouanier or something. I think that would be kind of cool.
Or Osorio could play 10. Maybe throw Ali Ahmed. Why not get
even Kone, man? Maybe I think even Kone could be able. I think Kone could play there.
Kone used to play 10 in back in his youth football and
where?
Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent. I didn't know he played a 10 there.
Yeah, he used to play a winger, bro. I remember when there was his game. He did his debut for Montreal, and I asked someone who watched a lot of youth football, like, what do I expect from this Kone kid? And he's like, I mean, I don't know, because he was playing 8 he was playing like 6 that game, and he's like, he's a winger. I don't know why he's playing 6. Then he went out and dominated the 6, but he always has had that winger in him.
You can see that he's got some like a creative upside. You can see that he's got like a knack for like scoring, or maybe making like a nice pass. He's got some creativity under him. And speaking of Jonathan David, by the way, he just took a yellow card for.
Could have, honestly. I don't think it will be, but there was a shout for a red card there. He did catch Montiel quite high with the studs.
I'm really hoping it's not going to be a red.
Yeah, no, I knowing this tournament, I'd be surprised, but it was a bit. It
was a bit high.
I don't think it was anything like it definitely wasn't violent or that's why it wasn't. But definitely, if he went in a bit harder, that could have very well been a bad situation for Canada.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be. It's going to be checked or anything. Enzo will go long. And Alphonso Davies misses it, and you see, this is what Argentina can do. It's these types of things.
Half a mistake. It's not
not even a full mistake, man. It's
you make that mistake against Venezuela, you're fine. That's the level, right? It's like he's just
so smart, Di Maria, just so smart, and it was close.
He touched the bar.
It was close. No foul.
Well defended by Eustachio again, with David a bit sloppy there.
Can you say the lifetime now? It's 35 or 34:07, 08, 09, 34:10. Argentina. What do you think the half talks will be as we approach halftime? Let's say we go into halftime at 1-0. Messi's on the ball. It's a give and go with Rodrigo de Paul. Out wide, Tagliafico. He's going to have a shot. Great block by Richie Larea. It's going to be a corner on the right side. Left side.
It's going to be an interesting halftime team talk, because I think for Canada, I don't think there's anything outrageous to suggest that this has been lopsided in any sense. I'd say it's been pretty even tilted towards Argentina in the sense they've had more of the ball, they've had more of the chances, just because they've actually turned their chances into shots, whereas Canada's chances haven't turned the shots. I don't know how that'll show up statistically. So I think for Canada, it's like almost like just be more confident in themselves. I think that's really like you're getting in the areas, just follow the game plan and be ready to pounce. Don't give Argentina too much respect, if that makes sense.
Well, if you look at the stats as the corner and the header from Lisandro Martinez goes high and wide, the shots are 4-3. I mean, we've had 3 shots, but none of them have been on net, obviously, right?
And look at that. All their 4 shots have been 0.76 xG, although I'd take a gander that most of that's the Alvarez goal.
For sure. But I mean, that Di Maria attempt was also quite tasty. It was a tasty one.
Well, and there you go. Canada hasn't put a single shot on target, right? That's all.
Yeah, none. Yeah, we had the scuff by Schaffelberg, and I don't remember the other two.
Both were from Schaffelberg, one from Davies.
That's right. There goes Davies. Davies using his speed down the left side. Eustachio. Nice pass to Bombito. Jonathan David. And see, this is where Jonathan David is. Like, he's
playing like right CM.
He's playing as a right midfielder right now. Like, he's not going up at all. It's Larin that's up top. And for me, that's a big problem. You know what I mean? They can't find the outlet passes. Schaffelberg. Larin will try to head it to himself. This is what I like to see. That pressure right there from Jonathan David. He should be doing it constantly.
That's it. He's a striker, and you want him to. And that's always the tough discussion, because
Schaffelberg in the box, cleared. Little bit pressure here. We're putting in some pressure.
Come on, Kone. Look
for
Kone. Nice ball.
And again, David
orchestrating. Can he get on the end of something?
Kone on the ball. Out wide to Richie Larea. Heavy booze. We've had the ball for a minute or so now. We'll go all the way back to Moise Bombito.
You know what? Force Argentina to step up. Get Messi. Defensively, he's not exactly the most mobile right now.
No, he's definitely not. Johnston. Kone. Eustachio. Into the midfield. Trying to find a little pass.
Pass was there, just need a bit more
to Alphonso Davies. Yeah.
That's again with Canada. It's just like there. Eustachio, the ball was there, and he just didn't have the confidence to just hit it with a bit of pace and go after.
Yeah, I agree.
It generally feels like Canada, it's just
we do well. Larin, David, they're just not connecting. They're not connecting. Cornelius does well. Bombito is there. Out.
Win a duel here. Kyle Larin.
There we go.
Nice. Second balls.
Alphonso Davies with speed down the left side. Tries to cut inside, but it goes to Schaffelberg. Into the box it goes. It's a little wide. Little wild. Goal kick.
Reminiscent of the France game today, where it was just Ousmane Dembele couldn't every cross this guy was hitting was
I don't like the way we're playing this game, hoping second half will be better. I have a feeling now that we need a goal, I have a feeling we're gonna see Tanny on very, very soon. I have a feeling. And that's my thing. What's up, Luke? How you doing? Thank you. I'm doing well, man. I hope you're well as well.
Yeah, it's not been bad. Again, I think for me, what I'm seeing here is just everything's fine until it's that final third. The final third, be it a bit of lack of movement, like Jordan says, with the strikers, even the wingers. Like Schaffelberg hasn't really been able to get isolated and run at guys. That's what he does best. Davies hasn't been able to overlap. That right side, you're not getting much there from Larea Johnston. You'd like to see them getting the ball a bit more. It just feels too static in the front. And that's why Kone, every time he gets the ball, he seems to be gesturing like, guys, like, let's move, let's get something going.
Yeah. So. Messi going forward.
Argentina, just look at the way
no foul.
Oh.
Ref, are you going to call that back?
So
he's kind of calling that back. He's going to finally call it back. It's Canada ball.
It's good from Canada because they kind of got bailed out there. I think that pass was a bit heavy, so
yeah,
it's good to hit the referee.
Messi's not happy about the non-call. Yeah, probably a little trip. Probably
foul.
Let's go, Canada. Let's go, Carpig. 40 minutes in. It's gonna be a drop ball. Canada's ball.
Who knows? Maybe Canada's pulling off the Ecuador plan. Wait in silence.
Hey. Well, this is the thing, right? Like, we keep it close. We have an opportunity, and we've talked about. I feel like we've talked about it several times already in this half. Like, we've had opportunities, and there's some confusion there between Bombito and Johnston, and no one goes for the ball, and Argentina just grabs it. They just take it.
Those are definitely the kinds of mistakes you cannot afford.
Yeah.
And if that ends up in the net, that would be a shame. But good thing Bombito made amends. Made amends there.
In the final third, though, like you said, we're lacking, man. We're not using Schaffelberg to his strength whatsoever.
Not running at guys. It's just that's where you want.
Just not happening. I could even see possibly even a Larea switch at some point, just to kind of put some speed, more creativity.
Well, what's interesting is against Argentina in the first game, Schaffelberg really did well on the right. And I wonder if that's something that could be looked at. It's because, again, there's not really been many opportunities to run at it. It's more this Argentina's almost leaving the space to cut in, and Canada has two righties on the right, two lefties on the left. I wonder if there's tweaks to be made where, like a Liam Miller, a lefty who can play on the left, or a righty, sorry, can play on the left. Maybe put Schaffelberg on the right. Those are
little inverted action, right? Yeah, I like it. Schaffelberg gets fouled. I'd also like to see Canada take some shots from range. I know the percentages drop off, but they always try to work the ball into the penalty area. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'd like to see more shots. Like we just need more shots. It feels like sometimes they are trying to find the perfect pass, and it just not always going to happen. Kyle Larin chases. It's an easy pass back to Emi Martinez, and he'll go across to Christian Romero from Tottenham.
It's good to have a long ranger like today, like Lamine Yamal comes in, scores a banger.
That was brilliant.
A goal like that, or a shot like that, it makes defenses think, right? It changes up defenses, and if Canada can maybe offer a threat from distance, maybe it'll force Argentina to step up, and that opens up space other areas in the pitch. So it's definitely.
We don't want to make it easy for them. We definitely don't want to make it easy for them. We need to keep chasing. We need to try and get a little bit more creative. I feel like if Argentina doesn't take their chances, Canada will punish them like Ecuador did. That was a very, very good game. I mean, Argentina kind of fell asleep after a while, and I think the equalizer was deserved from Ecuador. It was definitely deserved.
Knocking on the door, I thought they cooked their chance. They had the penalty. Yeah, they like Ecuador could have taken care of business in regular time, but again, that's the thing with Argentina. You just can't let them hang around.
Schaffelberg muscled off the ball by Montiel.
But again, Schaffelberg ends up inside there, and that's just not where you want him. You want him wide, or you want him going at him.
We need him wide. We need him wide. Schaffelberg still chasing. Messi
stepped up.
Covered by Jonathan David. Messi will switch it. Lissandro Martinez. Almost in the midfield. Kone. Nice pass. Larin. It's just...
so rushed there. And Larin knows it. Larin knows it. That was just... You can't... You have any sort of hint of a counter. You can't give it away that cheaply.
There goes the long ball, and it's Messi now. Messi! Oh! We get away with one.
That cut on Alistair Johnston was...
oh, my.
That was some disgusting hip movement.
And that was all because Larin rushed that pass. Yep. It's like they were literally created from absolutely nothing again. Absolutely nothing. Created from nothing. Yeah, Messi just missed Luke. Yeah. It was almost 2-0. It was almost 2-0, but we're still alive. It's still 1-0 here.
I almost thought it was halftime there. The score bug. Just this
foul on Kyle Larin here. Kyle Larin's having a tough last couple of minutes here.
Yeah. That's lots of questions at halftime to ponder there, because
For sure. I feel like the response was there for the first 5 to 10 minutes after Argentina scored. But since then, it's been kind of just very, very mediocre from us, I would say. We're not really showing anything going forward. We can't even hold possession. We're making simple passing mistakes, not holding up the ball. Definitely a lot of questions. 2 minutes in stoppage time. Alistair Johnston will take a foul.
Oh, for a second, I thought he won the ball back. I'm like, that's a chance to get one before half.
One of Larin, David off at half. I would like to see a switch for David. That's just me personally. I would like to see a switch for David.
David out, or you want Laren out? So David.
I mean, a switch for Laren. Sorry, not for David. I would like to see Laren out, and whether it's Tanny or maybe a Cam and Matthew Choinière or something like that, or maybe put in an Osorio like we talked about. Somebody that can do something. Messi tries to chip Crépeau. Crépeau's deep, and then it's over the net. Switch them both out now. We definitely cannot take David out. David scores goals. But I would like to see a Choinière maybe. I don't know if that's someone that you want to put in.
Actually, I mean, you know what? Just for chaos, because it's thrown out by Crypto. Hear me out. 6'4" Theo Bair ISO'd against 5'7" or 5'9" Lissandro Martinez on crosses.
I mean, maybe even Theo Bair.
Is that too simple?
No, I like Theo, man. I like Theo.
Use the 7-inch height gap to your advantage. Is that crazy?
I like Theo, and you know what? Who's another player that I really enjoyed? Ali Ahmed, man.
He's a guy again. And what I've always enjoyed about him, it's you ask him, he's a street baller. This guy learned his football playing in the streets, and he has a bit of that. Like you see with Kone too, is similar. Like
swag.
They want to take the ball and go at guys. It's not so much just safe, right? Like what you see a lot of in soccer.
Johnson throwing into the box. David with a shot. Oh,
what a save! That's better though. That's better.
This is much better.
Right before half. You know what?
And a corner.
Send the big guys for it. This is the last kick of the half. What is it?
David, Cornelius, man, fantastic.
Cornelius created a bit of space there with some physical play, and Dave. I mean, Martinez had that covered all day, but it was a good ball.
This is probably the last kick of the match or last kick of the half here. It's a corner for Canada. Can we keep it alive? Can we capitalize? Can we create something? Referee stepping into the box. There's some pushing. There's some shoving. Rodrigo de Paul is on the floor. He loves doing
Johnson's just laughing. Johnson's like, I can't believe this guy playing the Scottish Premier League. Like, there's nothing. Or Scottish
Schaffelberg into the box. It's blocked, deflected. Davies will get there. He'll probably play it to Crépeau. Yes. Crépeau will go long. Halftime is called.
Canada should have put the ball in the box there.
Yeah, I agree. Well, what can we say about the first half? We started off well, I would say. We definitely started off well. Jesse Marsh is walking off the pitch. He's not happy whatsoever about something.
Is that the referee? Is that one of his players? Is that himself? Who is he yelling at? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he's yelling at. He's yelling at someone. That is for sure. Not the referees. Doesn't look like he's yelling at the referees.
I lip read there. This is insert expletive.
Yeah.
Something like hard to tell the last word. It seemed to end with L, so I don't know what the.
I don't know. Venezuela game was definitely more entertaining this. Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. But this is Argentina. After they take the lead, they take control of the game, right? They take control of the game. The first 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, 20 minutes, I would say. I think Canada was good. We created some decent opportunities. We didn't have any shots on net. Then we kind of fell asleep. Our back line fell asleep. Johnston and Moise Bombito fell asleep. And obviously Argentina made us pay. Decent response after that goal. Then again, we were kind of slow, lackadaisical, couldn't make any simple passes whatsoever for the next 15 minutes or so. And then obviously in the last minute, we created a pretty decent, probably our best chance of the game. Had a corner as well. Martinez was forced to make a pretty decent save on Jonathan David. So here at half, we're sitting at 1-0. Still, 45 minutes to play. Probably a lot of team talk's going to be happening at halftime. I'm not sure if we're going to see any changes. Alex, what do you think about the first half?
Yeah, if I was going to break it down by phases of the game, I think for Canada, defensively okay. I think for the most part, they let Messi have a few good looks, but Messi's the one guy where he just finds space. As we said, I didn't really like the Alvarez goal because it was just a bit passive from Canada, and that's not how they're set up to defend. They're not set up to drop back and defend and let guys walk through the middle like the DePaul and Alvarez did. But other than that, it's been okay. On the ball, Canada's been quite good, I think, up playing out the back. Like, I really like the Bombito, Cornelius, Kone, Eustachio, Davies, Johnston. That six has done well, but like the front four have not been able to get in the game as much as like some lack of movement, some heavy touches from Alarin. Larea just not getting involved. Schaffelberg's cutting inside too much. So yeah, I'd say if you're Jesse Marsh, the two big things to focus are defensively. You can't, I mean, it goes without saying, but you can't you can't give any easy goals from Argentina. Like if Messi breaks you down with a perfect shot or something like that, you take it, but that goal is just too easy. And then in the final third, like there's space there. You just need to take make the right touches, make the right moves. And right now it feels like they've just been a bit too static.
Yeah, I completely agree. What's up, Shady? How you doing, man? If Larin is not off at half, the 60-minute mark is the latest. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to see what Jesse Marsh was yelling and screaming about at halftime as he was walking off the pitch.
That was to an assistant.
Yeah, it was something. It was obviously something there. Yeah, I mean, there's been some players that have had, I think, a positive half, specifically one being Ishmael Kone. I think he's really been, out of all the players in the midfield, and that's including Argentina's players, I think he's been probably the best midfielder out of everyone. He's really been really direct with the ball. Like you can even see him kind of talking to Jonathan David and Kyle Larin, telling him to go up a little bit so maybe he can create something through that midfield. He's obviously not 100% happy that maybe David is coming too, he's coming too deep to collect the ball. He wants them a little bit further up the field. We're going to see what happens at half, and we're going to see if there's any changes made in the second half going forward. 1-0, pretty decent result so far. It's a type of game that we probably expected, I would say. We expected to be in a battle like this. We expected Argentina to have the ball, to create some chances and capitalize on our mistakes, and they have. They had a couple of decent other opportunities as well, where Larin couldn't hold up the ball, couldn't make a simple pass. It was a little bit far for Richie Larea, and then they made a very nice, beautiful ball to Angel Di Maria, and he almost put it over Maxime Crepeau. But we stand at 1-1, so it is what it is right now. I would definitely have to probably agree with Alex. We have to get Schaffelberg more into the game. Larea's got to be more get more into the game. Kyle Larin, Jonathan David, we need them to start taking shots on net, testing the keeper, testing Emi Martinez. We're not going to score any goals if we don't shoot the ball. So we need to start
no
shooting.
Shots on target is again. If you're Jesse Marsh, you'd say it. Just have a go. Not to say don't be foolish. Don't if you have better options, but also like keep Argentina honest. Argentina, again, something that's benefited them is they can sit back because there hasn't been pressure on them.
What do you think? What do you think the reason has been for Canada's struggles in this first half? Like about Jacob Schaffelberg not being able to, be as dominant on that left side as he usually is. Richie Larea not being in the game as much. Jonathan David obviously dropping very deep. Kyle Larin, making mistakes with simple passes. What do you think? What's not working for us in the first half? What wasn't working?
Hard to say. I'd say movement as much. Like it just feels like they're not playing off each other right now. Like they're not combining. Like I think that's something if I have two strikers on the pitch, I want those two to be playing off each other. And it's kind of been one gets the ball, the other just kind of sits back and waits for the other. Like there's just not that like synergy to get the ball. Like for example, what we haven't seen. Have we seen a Jonathan David or a Kyle Larin make a run in behind? Not to say they need to do it to receive the ball, but if you're Argentina, it keeps you honest. You have to check behind your shoulder. Every time you check behind your shoulder, that's a moment for someone in front of you to run at you. I think the big thing is they're not putting any of these defenders under pressure. For example, Lisandro Martinez, fantastic defender. I love watching him for United. He was great at Ajax. He's also very aggressive. The guy's nickname is the Butcher. Yeah. He hasn't had to defend aggressively. Make him defend aggressively. Maybe you get a yellow. Maybe you get a foul. Maybe he misses his tackle and you get in behind him. They're just not putting enough pressure with movement, with how they pass the ball. It's just been very static, and that's the easiest thing to defend because all you have to do is just stand there and watch it.
And obviously the size between between Kyle Larin and Lisandro Martinez, if they could do the switch or whatnot, maybe Kyle Larin can use the size against the Lisandro Martinez because there's a significant size advantage there, right? So you got to use that to your advantage. But it just feels like you said, like it's been like super static, like extremely static, especially from our front four, man. There's just like No movement whatsoever. Nothing. Hi, Josh. How you doing?
Hey, good.
Good.
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm going to go
Instant
and
thoughts, Josh. Let's hear it. Instant thoughts.
take a pee while you give your instant thoughts, okay?
Instant thoughts. Okay.
BRB.
I had a bit of disaster. My internet went off today, and I didn't know if I was even able to watch the game. It came close, but we figured it out, and we're back. So that's good. I thought it was a pretty solid half. If I'm being completely honest, I thought it was a good start. I really liked the way that Canada responded after conceding the goal. They had that late chance there from David, which would have been just a perfect time to score before the half. I think Kone's having his best match of the tournament from his standards. I don't think Kone's been great throughout this tournament, but he looks confident. I don't know if just because the move's done or what it is, but he just looks like he just looks more relaxed. I don't know. Maybe scoring the winning penalty as well. But that's the type of performance I expect from Kone. I wasn't thrilled with the goal that we conceded. Too easy. There's a couple times through that half that Johnson and Bombito just didn't look on the same wavelength. I thought Schaff looked like he was causing problems once again. And you know what? It's 1-0. Argentina's sitting back a bit. Canada can believe, man. I think this game's absolutely still up in the air, and let's hope that we find a way to find a goal here in the second half.
Yeah, well, I guess two big takeaways we had. Dima and I was, well, of course, the first goal, we just didn't like it. It was a bit too passive. They just kind of got the ball, played through. It did come off of the Larea non-call, but if you're Canada, you have to react and get back into place. Offensively, it has felt a bit off. Canada doesn't have a shot on target. Argentina's defenders look comfortable right now. What are some things you're seeing offensively? That was kind of a big question mark that we've had.
I feel like throughout this tournament, people have looked at Kyle Larin and Jonathan David in that relationship, and it felt like it just hasn't clicked. Now, we've always said how well that they have both done off the ball, but the fact is that we're not scoring goals. This one, it looked like there's a few times I saw Kyle Larin, he would drop back, he'd receive the ball, he would make the wrong kind of pass. It would just kill any momentum we had going forward. I think Larea and Schaffelberg are doing good, like making good runs and trying to cause problems that way. And you almost, Alex, we've talked about it before, but in a situation, you know, when you're looking for a creative pass or just a little bit of what the number 10 would bring, don't you think Osorio could be a useful player in that type of situation? Laren's good at holding up the ball, but when he doesn't make the correct pass and kills any opportunity we had going forward, I just feel like that could be an obvious potential substitution for the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to pull up the stats as quick as I can. Touches, because that's always a fun one. Kyle Larin at 22nd among 22 players on the pitch with 14 touches. Jonathan David has a bit more. He's 13th with 24, but Kyle Larin with just 14 touches, not what you want from your number 9. To be fair, Alvarez has just 16 for Argentina, but they gave him his one chance. He took it. Larin and David really haven't had their chance, because David had a look at the end, but it was a tight angle, and I think Martinez always had that one covered, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, 14 touches. I don't know if you made a substitution. If you guys made a substitution, like I know there's a big debate. Would you want to see like an Osorio in here, or would you want to give like Tanny a go?
And that's what we talked about. We talked about that right before you came in. We talked about Tanny. We talked about Osorio. We even talked about Schwanier coming in, taking Larin off, maybe even in that 10 position, maybe even putting Kone into that 10 position and bringing Osorio, and then maybe a Tanny, or even like Alex mentioned, Theo Bear.
Yeah, I
did.
I did.
Put him up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go up against the shortlist.
Put him up there, man.
Test him. See what he's about. One thing for what it's worth, though, about a Tanny, I find sometimes he makes a lot of similar runs to what Larin makes, in the sense that, like, you've seen it. I think in this game, the fact they're not finding Larin at all, because in other games they've found Larin and he's just not been able to put them away. I wonder if it's, again, profile. I don't know if a like for like of a Larin for 10 is going to change too much. Whereas I agree, if you maybe put a 10, because Kone, I don't know if you noticed, Josh, Kone, for my money, he was probably him and Eustáquio are Canada's two best players on the pitch that half. They were exceptional. There's a couple times where Kone got the ball, looked up, he was gesturing. He was like, guys, give me something. And he just didn't see clearly what he liked from the front two. Again, if you have a 10 there, maybe it could be a bit of a link man, so you can get one of the strikers more involved because you have a 10 to play through.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've talked about a bunch. It just, I don't know if Jesse, I never thought Jesse was going to start it with like a 4-2-3-1, going with a 3-man midfield. But you did, I think, Alex, you brought up to me that he did make that switch, right?
Against France.
So, I mean, maybe there's a chance we see something similar, but I
think Jesse kind of realizes that we need goals now. Like we're behind, right? We're behind. We need a goal, and Kyle Larin is not scoring us a goal right now. It's just not happening for him. So maybe we do it. I feel like we are going to see something at half. We might, maybe we won't, but I do feel like even if it is a Tanny coming in, do you not think, Alex, that maybe because he's a little bit more athletic and a little bit faster left shot, maybe he would bring something different?
No, well, I think he'd bring something different, but I just think it's something where they're not finding the strikers they're struggling to find David enough, and that's not it. His speed, his athleticism is not an issue. I think it feels more of a profile. It's something where if you're leading the line, you're not getting much of a look right now, and for Canada, it feels like they just need their foot on the ball a bit more. And
it's going to be It's going to be very interesting to see our top three most highest rated players according to FotMob is Alistair Johnston, Ishmael Kone, and Stefan Eustachio. Those are our three.
FotMob is pretty accurate, I would say.
That is very accurate.
Was pretty solid that half.
Johnston was very good, man. Johnston was very good, and I don't think that goal is specifically on Johnston. I think it's more if you're going to blame a player, you're probably going to blame Bombito for that. If you are blaming someone. But Johnston has been good defensively. I think he's been pretty decent defensively, and he's kind of been going forward. He's been putting crosses into the box. He's won one or two corners for us, so he's definitely been pretty decent.
Said he's won 4 out of 6 of his duels too. So he's been getting stuck in 3 recoveries, a couple dribbles. Johnston's been lively, and I'd like to see a bit more of him honestly in that half. Maybe going forward, because we were saying earlier, Josh, as well. Another thing that stood out. Canada has 0 overlap threat right now, and it's allowing Argentina to defend very passively. Get a Davies overlapping on someone. What we're wondering is, could it make sense to play Schaffelberg on the right, let him cut inside like he did in the second half against Argentina? Maybe it opens up Johnson, and then vice versa on the left. You can throw Liam Miller in and let him cut inside and open up space for Davies.
What about an Ali Ahmed?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I was about to say
Ali Ahmed too. I'm very on board with that as well. There's options for that.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Second half is about to begin. All the players are on the field. They're showing some fans dancing. So everyone's having a good time. Semifinals of the Copa America. Johnston is tying his boots. I don't see anything being changed as of yet. I don't see anything, but we will find out in a couple of minutes here. Argentina probably will not make any changes at halftime. They're probably very, very happy with their half, right, Josh? Capitalized on Canada's mistakes. Kind of kept the ball, kept possession. Tried to catch Crepeau out a few times as well.
Yeah, no, he saw it. Alvarez was like, well, I could give it a go. Yeah, I feel like Messi looks better today too. I thought there was a big question mark around that Argentina side coming in after the Ecuador game was how fit was Messi going to be, because he didn't offer a lot. That's one of probably the worst games I've seen him play in an Argentine shirt, but he's looked dangerous. I mean, he walked through Johnston towards the end there, and probably, you expect him to maybe score from that angle. But yeah, I mean, more of the same. I'm just curious to see how much they let Canada have the ball and kind of take it to them, because we saw Ecuador do that to them, and I'm hoping a little bit of the same can happen here with Canada.
That's literally, I was just going to mention that when Argentina had the lead, Ecuador was pressing, and Argentina kind of sat back, right? Like they sat back and kind of absorbed that pressure and soaked it up, and then eventually it just paid. It bit them. It bit them at the end. So let's see what happens. The half's about to start. There's a team huddle on the field. Argentina is ready to go. Canada is in a huddle. They're starting 11. It doesn't look like we've made any changes. Yeah, I see Kyle Larin is still there. Everyone is still on the pitch. The starting 11 is the starting 11. If we do see changes, it probably will be soon. I think maybe Jesse Marsh has given them maybe 10, 15 minutes or something like that.
I think the wingers, both of them, honestly, they feel like 15, 20 minutes. And I'd say the same goes for Larin up front. I think this would be a massive 15 minutes for Larin. If he can find a way to get a good chance, even a goal, of course, a goal would be nice. That would be massive.
Free kick right away. Argentina go direct to Julian Alvarez, and he's fouled by Moise Bombito.
What minute? I'm at 50 or 45, 20, 21, 22. What are you at?
23, 24, 25. We're there. Canada have played well. Not sure why people think they needed to make a sub. Just a little bit, not enough. We're not creating enough, I would think, through our four. The four that should be creating, there's a little bit. It's a little slow. It's a little sluggish, I would say.
It was, yeah. It's again, it's been a good half, but the final third, it's important. If you have weapons off your bench, you can't be shy to use it. It can. It's not so much the guys on the field. It might be harsh to them, but you got to use that jolt.
Dink into the box. Di Maria tries to get by David. Nothing there.
I'm going to say anecdotally, while Jacob Schaffelberg goes on a run, and low-key, I don't know if that ball went out.
I don't
Jesse
think it went out.
Doesn't believe it is, and he is still incredulous about whatever.
I don't know what you guys had on your stream in the first half, but was the whistles off?
Like, I haven't been listening to audio. My audio's been off, so I haven't even...
Mine was, yeah, absolutely. Now, they did say that ball is out of bounds, and I mean, that definitely did not go out of bounds.
Yeah, I had to mute mine because when I was watching it in the first half when Argentina scored, I could hear the crowd before the ball went in the back of the net. I'm like, uh-oh, I think we're gonna get scored on here. Yeah,
I did hear that too. I did hear that too. Last 45, most important 45 for Canada here. Nibbles said, win or go to Charlotte sounds much better than win or go home. I would just rather win.
Go to Charlotte.
A bit of an anecdotal thing, just on the topic of substitutions. I like how Inter Milan, Simone Inzaghi, every game he makes a sub at the 45 or like 60. This guy, even when Inter plays well, that's why
orchestrated subs, right, Alex?
Exactly. The subs can change the game, and it's never a bad day. I know it's tough for coaches to tell a guy you're coming off, but sometimes it can really change a game.
I agree, and I mean, I know like the most polarizing figure throughout this tournament has been Kyle Larin because a lot of fans, I mean, they just don't think they've seen enough from him. Some fans argue that he's a huge part of how Jesse wants to play, and his off the ball work is basically the only positive thing he has going. But do you guys feel like the reason Jesse hasn't really made a ton of like subs throughout? I mean, I think it's rare, and I would be surprised if he ends up using all five, for example, in this game, and he doesn't change his starting 11s really too much. Is obviously just because he's new on the job. Like he's, like he came in, he got the guys he's pretty much 11 to like 13, 14 guys, and he's just kind of rolled with it. And otherwise, I mean, I don't quite know the reason why he is just a little hesitant.
I'll give a plug here to Ollie Platt, who spoke to Jesse on the One Soccer channel, and I was watching through it, and he said something really interesting. I forget when he was talking, but he did mention something along the lines of he'd like to use more guys in starting roles, different roles, but because of the games they've been playing, he's kind of been going for familiarity.
This is better.
Yeah, and I think it's fair. Like I'm not
terrible pass, man.
Oh had gosh, Davies there. Man. I had to be.
That's such a bad pass.
That's better.
Much better.
So we get the Schaffelberg angle. What we saying?
Was it?
That's it.
It's not even close to being out.
Hey, boy, Schaffelberg was gone. He was.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
It's better though. But like, and this is what we're talking about.
This is what we need, right? The urgency.
Oof.
And the more Argentina sit back, the more pressure they'll invite.
Well, I'm sure Argentina also talked about it as well. Like they know that the mistakes that they've made against Ecuador sitting back, and I don't know if they'll be as lazy in the second half. Di Maria now. DePaul cut back into the box, going to go out for a corner.
Say Messi sold about 3 guys there with that dummy in the middle. That was
great defense, tracking back as well.
Was that Steph?
Yeah, it was.
He's been having a good game too. Him and Kone looked very good in the middle. That was I don't know if I'm assuming you guys probably had similar thoughts, but like another, I think, question mark around the potential starting 11, whether is it going to be Osorio or Kone? I just felt like if you went with the Osorio Eustachio 2-man midfield against Argentina, you'd just be asking for trouble.
Yeah, for sure. But, no shot for me. Kone has been brilliant in this match. Like I think you already touched on it, Josh. It's probably his best match at the Copa America.
It is. I mean, he
100%.
He was up to his standards, I would say, throughout this.
He's playing like he played against France. Cut back here.
Kone.
Shot. It's 2-0. Offside?
I might have been offside. I think that's offside.
I think it's offside.
Messi might have deflected it or screened Crepeau
I think offside,
So, yeah,
screen or
'cause
offside.
Opta's giving the goal to Messi, and I think if Messi touched it, even if he didn't touch it, he was.
Let's see here.
Because can't anyone? Because Cornelius. Ooh, did he get back in time?
Oh, maybe Messi touched it, and I think Messi was offside.
Did Cornelius get back in time? That's the question. Because he was.
Oh, he definitely touched it.
He definitely touched it. Yeah, he definitely touched it.
So it's just a question of where was the offside relative to Cornelius.
Messi definitely touched it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he definitely
No
touched
doubt.
it. Yeah, for sure, he touched it.
Let's see another replay.
They're checking. What? Are they going to show? Where's the VAR?
Fans dancing. There we go, VAR. Ooh, 'cause Cornelius. I think that's on.
Oh my gosh. That's a goal. That's a goal. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Cornelius didn't get back in time.
Man.
It's a goal. It's 2-0. 2-0 Argentina.
This
is yeah, I mean,
that's deflating.
Very, very deflating.
Again, another early second half goal against Argentina. And again, those goals just so killer. And maybe you wonder if some fresh legs could have brought a bit of a different.
I think the changes will come now. That's for sure. I mean, and now, yeah, we're kind of sitting back again, and we've lost our identity. No offside. No, Luke. There was no offside. Wasn't even close. No. Bombito was basically in line with Crepeau.
Or no, it was Cornelius.
Oh, I mean Cornelius. Sorry, not Bombito. Yeah.
That's tough. Cause like for Canada,
Messi scores first goal at the Copa America, and it is against Canada. Messi on the ball now. He looks better. He looks much healthier. That is for sure, Josh.
Yeah. Canada need a miracle.
I see Piet going to warm up.
Get at least one. Maybe is that a sign Kone is going to go up to the 10?
Oh, that's a possibility, yeah. I see Piet walking down that sideline. Still has the bib on, but well, now the game's over. Sorry, lads. I mean, we'll see, Luke, right? Weirder things have happened. Oh, Kone is injured. He's down.
That's not good.
Oh, it looks like we are having subs. Ali Ahmed.
Definitely, I'll take some Ali time.
Who do you think's coming off then?
I am not sure.
Kone's unlucky there, and then because Cornelius was a bit slow, and that's one for defenders where it's like you have to remember, just like you can't switch off for a moment because there he kind of stopped and forgot where he was, and then you don't realize you're playing Lionel Andres Messi onside in the box.
It is Miller and Ali Ahmed coming on. Liam Miller, Ali Ahmed on. I would assume Richie Larea and Schaffelberg are coming off.
Yeah.
It's probably a safe assumption.
Unless it's Kone now if he's hurt. But yeah. Maybe Laren? Maybe.
I am surprised that Kyle Laren is...
No, but Schaff.
No, Schaffelberg is one for Liam Miller. And the other one is...
Larea.
Yeah.
Which... I don't mind from the profiles brought him, but I don't really think it changes what has ailed Canada in the final third. So I don't know what
I'm surprised. Genuinely surprised it's not Kyle Laren. But no birthday party for Callum today. Happy birthday, Callum. I mean, you can still have a birthday party, but it is 2-0 Canada.
Yeah.
Good call on the subs for sure. Yeah, Miller is. I mean, they're showing the Cornelius offside again. It's he's. Messi is miles on. Miles. The good thing is that there's still 40 minutes to play, right? So 35 minutes plus stoppage time. We're going to say 40 minutes because we're probably, with this pause here, we're probably going to have about 4 to 5 minutes on. So there's still, I mean, right?
Right?
I mean, you
I
get
like
one.
the optimism.
You get
Here
one
for it.
before the 70th. You know, you got in the next 15, 20. Right?
You're a happy guy, D-man. I like that.
I'm a very happy guy, man.
You're a
Absolutely.
happy guy.
Absolutely. You
that's
get
what
one
you need.
before the, the 75th, even before the 80th. Right?
Yeah. No, you never know. It's just the way that we've been playing. I don't know where the chances are going to be created from.
Absolutely. And you know what? To be honest with you, man, like this is more on us in this game than it is on Argentina, I would say. Argentina really just made us pay for our mistake and us being slow and not being aware. It's not like they've been peppering Maxime Crepeau with shots. You know, it's not like they've had chance after chance after chance after chance and eventually one goes in. The first goal was a clear error in the back line. The second goal, we couldn't get it out. Cornelius getting back late.
Well, Dima, I said it earlier on the first goal, and I'd honestly echo it on the second. You can make that mistake against Venezuela. You can make that mistake against Chile. You could probably even make that mistake against most teams, but unfortunately, they made the two, sins you can't make against Argentina.
Here we go.
So, chance. Ali Ahmed.
Jonathan David, it's a terrible touch, man.
It's better, though. It was better.
It is
Ali
much better.
Ahmed.
Yes, he liked it.
Liam Miller and Ali Ahmed.
And Ishmael Kone with that run through that midfield. Through about 4 players.
Well, that's what Kone can do when he's at his best. Those driving runs, just so calm, composed on the ball. It's what he couldn't get right in the games he's basically played in this tournament. But it's what he got right every time he did it against France.
Kone looks fantastic.
Yeah, Kone looked. Kone is looking great in this game. You can see why Marseille signed him. There's just flashes of absolute brilliance.
I don't know it's not speculation, but like I'd have to imagine like it was just the Marseille move, man. That was in his head throughout this tournament because like that France game pretty much got him that move.
Yeah.
And then he's just, I don't know, this tournament, he was just off. Maybe he was thinking about it, but he looks happy and playing well now.
You see, this is what I don't like. Like Kyle Larin right now is on the right side of the midfield. Like, why is he, what is he doing there? You know what I mean? Like for me, I mean, I just don't see it. He's not playing deep enough. He's not playing with on the line with the Argentina center backs. I don't know what he's doing. To me,
need to stretch the defensive line, like that chance we just saw happen because Miller just ran at a defender and then Ahmed ran at a defender, and like they actually put some pressure on Argentina.
Yeah, Laren's not gonna be very useful in that spot.
No,
that's where and Zorio could be someone who's a good passer. Ball can be a little clever, look for a lane, but I don't.
Davies.
It's a tough touch to ask of Miller there.
I like the pressure, though. I like the pressure. This is good. But if Argentina gets out, we can be in trouble. Messi. They're going to play advantage. Now they're going to call it back.
So someone got a good chunk of Messi there.
Yeah, someone got him.
Yeah, Messi looks good today, man.
Yeah, he's definitely much healthier than he was against Argentina or against Ecuador.
Yeah,
it was Bombito
just floating around like he does.
It was Bombito again.
You know what? You want a random throwback? Messi kind of looked like one of those clones from that Nike ad like last time, where they just put him out there so he can make an appearance and be there. But then today he looks more like the real version. Where
he looks like the Messi of old.
Yeah,
like they left him in a incubator waiting for this game.
It was
Canada.
Di Maria taking on 3 Canadian players. Messi. Fernandez.
Ooh.
Gives the ball away. 2-on-1, guys. 2-on-1. David.
Laren?
Oh.
Just too slow there.
Yeah, it's just way too slow. I think Laren has to keep that ball a little bit longer. Or maybe play it a little deeper, right? So David can kind of run onto it.
Let's see that again. That was just 2-on-1. There's a lot you can do there. Yeah, Laren wins the ball back. Great read. There, yeah, he had a second. Could have waited. Yeah. Even have Ali Ahmed running. Maybe David cuts across, draws 2 with him. Ali, the space opens up for Ahmed.
I agree.
Argentina haven't been making a lot of mistakes from the back, and when we do, they punish us. And
as you were saying,
yeah. But hey, there's Max. Good save. Poor finish.
They have,
from-
they have
Nice
an
save from
expression
Crepeau.
in French that
Nice
I like when
Crepeau.
they
And-
say. It was
Okay,
when you
There
make a
goes Kone
mistake-
again.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at there goes Kone again.
so much better.
Ahmed.
man.
What's he gonna do? Kone.
Nice.
Kone. By himself. Shot.
Why not?
Why not? Have a crack, man. Is that a corner?
Hopefully. Just taking the game on for himself, Kone is. That was a nice ball.
It's a very nice ball.
Oh,
And the
just like
first touch too is just brilliant. Look at that. Oh, that's a brilliant first touch, man.
You can see Bombito's brain is just like, he's like, oh, I got this ball, and it just like floats like an inch over him. He's like,
Mhm.
is this? There's no one
Not
in
a-
MLS except Messi who can play that fast.
Not a corner. Goal kick. Half an hour to play. 61 minutes in.
Ahmed's been very lively along with me.
Canada throwing.
I thought he was good against Venezuela as well when he came on.
Very good.
Who was that?
Ali.
Oh yeah. He was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic. It's everything is going through Kone again. He's that guy. He's being that creative guy for us.
Somebody needs to be.
No foul there. Nothing given.
Genuinely, bring on an Osorio for one of the
Ooh.
strikers and let Kone play 10.
Kone. Under pressure.
It's better.
They get it out. Not too far.
How about Johnston?
We're going to keep it. Johnston does well.
Oh,
Oh,
It's gonna be yellow.
that's a yellow.
It's going to be a
every day of the
yellow.
week.
Get it. It's going to be a yellow.
getting feisty.
Like,
He says I didn't touch him. He says I didn't touch him.
he
Oh,
didn't touch him.
didn't touch him. He didn't touch him. Maybe on the heel. He got him on the heel.
Yeah, but he's not even grabbing his heel.
Yeah, he's not grabbing
But
it.
it
it,
with his
it
leg.
was always going to be a yellow because of a
Yeah.
tactical foul. But like the rolling around, like, come on.
No. And the other team being like, and he's still down.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's grabbing his shin. Like, he was in the foot.
Kone has been our best player easily. I completely agree, Jay. He's been the most creative. He's been the one trying to push everyone forward. Ishmael Kone has been our best player.
Who's DePaul still on the floor?
I don't know why he's still on the floor. Can we make something happen here? There's Tanny, finally. Tanny's coming on. Tanny is coming on. I would assume it's for Kyle Laren and Nicholas Otamendi. Yes, AGR. That's Tagliafico. It is Tagliafico. So what, Otamendi's going to play as a left back?
Yeah, probably back. Or they'll put Lissandro Martinez back. And
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he'll probably play left.
Tanny for David.
Jonathan David for Tanny.
So you want two big strikers on the field when you're already struggling to find the other big striker.
I am genuinely surprised that it's Jonathan David.
I mean, unless the plan is just hoof it to the two big lads. But I
mean,
I don't know. I'm team. If you can't find one of them, there's no point of having two of them on the field. It's just a bit too modern thinking. That. Hey, maybe a bit of old school two guys up front. Maybe that's what Canada
maybe
needs.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Maybe that's why Argentina reacted and pushed Martinez out to avoid this.
Kone is just brilliant, man. The way that he got out of that with the one-touch pass to Alfonso, that's just sick. The guy's sick. Bombito going forward.
I just don't understand that substitution.
I don't either, man. Yeah, I don't understand that sub. That's like...
I mean,
David hasn't been great, but it's just, again, it's... Neither of the strikers haven't been great.
Exactly. If you're taking someone that hasn't been great, I mean, you're taking off Laren. Ball in the box. It's too close to Martinez.
But guys, if like honestly, if we do somehow carve up an opportunity and it falls to a striker, if it was David or Laren, who would you choose?
I take David.
Like,
well, you want David.
Yes,
and
then Jonathan. On top of that, like Alex
he's
said,
been playing midfield all. We haven't been seeing.
They're different profiles too. Like,
ref. What?
Surely VAR has a sniff at that.
There is no way that's not a foul, man.
That seemed like
brother.
Just ran through Tanny.
Davies.
Is that Tanny or is that Alfonso? That's Fonzie.
Was it Fonzie?
Yeah, it's Fonzie.
Oh, it is. Ooh.
Let's see that.
Oh.
Ooh, just the scissor.
I mean,
bro. Ain't no way that's not a foul.
that definitely should be a foul. As Davies has got ankle issues. Hopefully he's okay there.
Ooh, look at this goal.
If Kone could have just got that clearance up, you know, if it was up in the air.
That one was always going to be a tough technique. He was falling. I think it's something where if you clear it like that, everyone has to step, and just because at this point, if you let any footballer stand, touch, shoot from there, even if it wasn't going to get deflected, like it always was a good chance it would end up in the net.
I hope Davies is okay here because he's still down.
Say, who's your sub if Davies has to come out? Like the actual backup left back we have is
Hebert?
Kyle Hebert. Yeah, I don't know if that's who you bring on. I mean,
Ali Ahmed.
I mean, Ali could maybe go to left back and you bring on
right. And then you bring
else.
on
another winger,
and maybe I don't even know who you'd bring on. Who
Osorio
maybe,
and then just throw Ahmed back there.
Can Chouanier play as a left back or left?
Davies is moving.
I mean, you can play as like a right mid.
Yeah.
And you put Ali probably at left back.
Can go to a back three with Kamal Miller.
Yeah, I mean, Kamal can play left back too.
Right.
Just to be the most conservative left back you're going to find.
Yeah.
Can maybe push Johnston up if so. I don't know. It looks like I don't know.
Well, let's see what happens here in the next 25 minutes or so. I think there will be some decent time added on. I would assume it's probably going to be like 6 or 7 minutes, but we wouldn't be that lucky, would we?
I think Davies might be done. But...
Argentina passing it back and forth between their center backs. They'll go to
Davies is back
into the midfield. Yep, he's back.
Yeah, he doesn't look good though.
Oh, that's not the.
No.
No, he's done.
Oh, man,
he's done.
That sucks.
He's had such a good tournament defensively, especially.
This sucks, man. So they're discussing what are we going to do here? Is it going to be Kamal?
Or Osorio?
Is it going to be Hebert?
Honestly, I'd like to see Osorio.
That's a foul.
Montiel got.
That is just a terrible, terrible foul.
Wasn't even called.
No.
Pretty ridiculous challenge. Stefan Eustachio grabs the armband for the first time this tournament.
Yep, he's the assistant, so he'll be grabbing it. Osorio is coming on. It is Osorio.
So either we're getting Miller at left back or we're getting Ahmed at left back is my guess.
Ahmed or Miller?
I feel like Ali makes more sense.
I would say so too.
We've heard Liam say many times, he's like, please don't stick me in a fullback position. I've never seen Liam play left back. He's played left wing back, but he's got the freedom to pretty much go forward anytime he wants. Ali's played left back before, right, Alex? Like
he's played like out and out left back.
Yeah, so it would make way more sense to me, I guess.
Molina is coming on to replace Montiel at right back. Roger says, put on Marty McSorley. Take out Messi.
Such a wild reference.
Marty McSorley, man. Isn't Marty McSorley the guy who gave the stick to Donald Brashear?
Yep.
It was, right? Yes, it was.
But I
Yeah, it
mean,
was him.
basically, I mean, DePaul is a much better footballer than McSorley was a hockey player. But like DePaul is kind of that for Messi, where it's kind of like, you know, he's there to he's there to help Argentina's midfield, but he's also there to bring a bit of muscle.
What are these substitutions here? They're saying something about Alistair Johnston.
I think they want to bring in a second, and I think Davies is stalling to get that other guy warm. I don't know if they're because Laren was hanging out by the sideline. I don't know if they're trying to bring in another striker.
It is
This
also
their last sub window.
Also for Alphonso Davies.
Yeah,
Matthew Chouanier is
in.
coming on. Chouanier is coming on.
Yeah, they were delaying for that second sub.
Chouanier.
So
Eustachio is also on. Off.
Marsh tells Ahmed to go left.
Yep.
Looks like
Eustachio is off, guys. So both captain and vice captain are off.
So this looks like a 4.
Do you guys think that was a foul on Davies or no?
I think it was a foul, yeah. For sure it's a foul. For sure.
Getting some big pushback from the
Twitter
folks? I kept about to say Twitter, like the X or X.
No.
I was like, they're like, it wasn't a foul. I'm like, I feel like it's a foul. Like
it's a foul. Even if you win the ball, like it's a scissor. You can win the ball, sure, but like just because you can win the ball and you kick some guy in the chest, but you won the ball with your knee, like it's still a foul. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like,
it's a foul. Something? Absolutely.
But Ali is at left back. I don't know if you guys got that.
So now you have Liam Miller. Miller goes on the right, and Chouanier goes on the left. And now you have the midfield of. Oh no, Chouanier is in the midfield too.
Yeah, it's Oso.
So who's on the left?
I think it's like a back 3 right now.
It is a back 3, I think.
I know Zorio's in the 10. It's like a 3-5-2 in possession.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What an opportunity for Matthew Chouanier here. Foul on Matthew Chouanier.
Very nonchalant shove.
We talked about bringing on Matthew Chouanier to try and create something, right?
Yeah, he's one of the options.
Yeah, so let's see how he does. Does well.
Oh, no, nothing.
No foul.
No, but that one's a foul.
On stream.
DePaul falling down again. Oh, come on, dude. Rodrigo, man. Rodrigo.
Find someone who loves you as much as DePaul loves that grass at MetLife. He's been getting nice and nestled up with it. Oh, and even Laren there got like a bit of a 50.
I mean, he's got his hands around him. I understand that's a foul, but he's on the ground again, man. It's DePaul. Rodrigo DeFall. I'm going to call him that from now on. Rodrigo DeFall, because he always falls over. We thought Laren probably be the first off at the half, and now he's going to survive all 5 subs. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? It definitely looks like it. Give DePaul a yellow. There's no way that's going to happen. I mean, are we still in this game? I think we're still in this game. Like, it's only 2-0, right? Yeah, I understand it's getting late. But
I'm thinking that I'm seeing things on a micro level. I just want to see a shot on target that tests Martinez, and then we'll go from there.
I'd like to see us to put some pressure at least, you know?
I'd say if Canada had been putting on pressure and like putting Argentina under more duress, I would say yes. But we need to see more in the last 15 minutes in terms of like
for sure
pressure.
See you later, Luke. Man, have a good evening. Thank you for joining the stream, man. To watch along. No, we are not. We have shown nothing. You probably could be right. Yeah, we really haven't done anything, have we?
Ooh,
Dan,
maybe there.
Oh. But again, you got to get a shot here somehow.
You have to shoot right away, man. You have to shoot right away. You have to shoot the ball, bro.
Last time I checked,
did we not shoot the ball, man?
If you want to quote another You want to quote Marty McSorley's buddy there, Wayne Gretzky. What do you have to do? 100% of the shots you don't take.
And it's just too fancy again from Liam Miller. He needs to hit that one time there. He just needs to hit it.
Someone needs to hit it. The ball was bouncing around. You got
Kone does brilliantly again. Kone's doing phenomenal. Nice pass. It's a terrible touch in the box. Just an awful touch.
Honestly, Canada's first touch is all over the park.
This is much better, though. This is better.
Nice run, Johnston.
Johnston. He's tired, you can tell. Miller. Kone, Osorio. Back to Kone. Nice ball. Oh no! What? Wait a minute. Wait. He says there's a push. Is Di Maria just falling? First touch has killed us all game. I completely agree. Not a great first touch, like all game. Jonathan David with just terrible touches. Kyle Larin, same thing. There it's Liam Miller. Where's the foul?
Hands are up. That's one where it is soft, but as a referee,
that's very, very soft.
You always got to keep your hands down as a player because it just makes it too easy. That's why I always say if you're trying to go in with the duel, grab the hips. It doesn't look as obvious for the ref versus when you have the hand on the shoulder like that.
Argentina is making substitutions. They're making 3 of them. Nico Gonzalez is coming on, Alex, now. So is Palacios and Lautaro.
If you like to gamble, I feel like Martinez is a pretty good bet right now for a goal scorer in these last 15 minutes based on how good he's been off the bench this tournament, not so much as a starter. Alvarez, Di Maria. I'm surprised Di Maria went 77 to me. I was surprised he started, and to be honest, other than that chance Dima in the first half, we didn't really see too much of him.
No, we haven't.
He started both games against Canada. I don't know what he was lined up against Davies too. I don't know what the idea was there from Scaloni.
Alexis McAllister's coming off. Di Maria is coming off for Nico Gonzalez.
Be nice depth there for Argentina.
Of course. Hey, man, we'll get there. We're gonna get there too. Don't worry, Canada will get there. We are getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
A couple reports of few our top Canadian center backs maybe going to Liga today.
I like that, man. I like it.
Nice
absolutely.
Treat.
Lyon what is it? Bombito is Lyon and Cornelius is somewhere else in Liga. I read. I don't know which teams though.
Yeah,
I think no. Was it?
Brest was mentioned.
France.
No, was it France?
A yellow card for Kone now.
Why is it? Enzo Fernandez.
He kicked the ball and it hit Rodrigo De Paul in the back.
Hope De Paul's okay.
Commiserations.
What's happening?
Tanny's reminding these guys he was playing USL last year, so that nothing scares him.
I'm not sure.
Ever been down to San Antonio?
He's like, yeah, you don't trust me. You don't want to play an away day against El Paso Locomotive.
Honestly, man, I like this from Kone. I like it from Kone, man. Look.
It just stands right over him.
Come on, man.
Right in the...
Oh, my gosh. Rodrigo, man. Rodrigo. Brother, that does not hurt, man. Dude, that doesn't hurt. Why you...
Oh, Marsh got a little booking.
This is I like this from Kone, man. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love this from Kone. He's like our Rodrigo De Paul.
I just hope De Paul's okay.
I hope he's all right,
because that looked like a tough one.
Genuinely still surprised that in the 80th minute Kyle Larin is on the field. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It hit the light up top, I believe.
Did that hit the drone?
Yeah.
That's wild.
How high did he kick that ball?
Give Canada the ball. It's not their fault there's a drone.
It's not their fault there's a drone.
Skillish.
Hope Davies is okay, though.
Yeah, Davies, we'll see. I don't...
You can just tell as soon as he came back on, he just looked like Messi the last match. Did not want to be on the pitch.
Pray for De Paul, says Fernando.
He's a disturber, though.
Yeah,
That's his game.
that's what he is. Absolutely. He's offside. Absolutely, yes.
That's why Diego
Definitely offside.
Simeone loves him.
Thoughts and prayers for DePaul's back. Yes.
DePaul, that's what he wants, though. He wants guys to take cheap yellows and cheap reds from just getting absolutely infuriated with.
Well, that's his game, right? That's his game, and you got to respect it. You got to respect that game.
Well, that's it. Josh said. I mean, he plays under Simeone. He plays a lot like Simeone, and that's what Simeone did so well for him.
Oh man, Simeone. Yeah. If you're ever gonna learn the dark arts, you're playing with the right guy, or you're playing under the right guy to do so. Simeone was a weapon back then too.
Oh, my friends, I'm a little bit deflated here.
Yeah, you were keeping us going here, Dima.
I'm trying to keep us going. Come on. Okay.
One reason why Canada can win. Let's hear it.
Listen. I still think there's still something in it for us here.
Yeah, or David's off. Davies is off. 2-0.
Yeah, that's okay. We got Ali Ahmed, Matthew Chouanier, Tani Alawase is on. Kone's kicking the ball. Even though it's not at the net, it's at players. That's fine.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. At least we're kicking the ball in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, Kone's had a really good performance today. I liked it.
There we go.
You can't run without walking.
Ahmed covered by 1,000 players from Argentina. He does extremely well to try and keep it, and we still retain possession here.
Yeah,
Cornelius has been a little sloppy, but to be fair, like even Kripo, like he hasn't had much to do. Like what has he done? You know what I mean? Like he hasn't made any outstanding saves.
He had a breakaway right down his throat in the first half, and then he had a goal that was deflected right in front of him.
That's it. That's it, really. Like,
Tanny.
All I would say, I love the work rate.
You mad if you just bulldozed Martinez over? Like,
I would have started a brawl.
That would have been a big brawl. The USL days would have came in good there.
He was like, "This is a away day with New Mexico United."
Tassine is asking, when is the third place match? I believe it's on Saturday evening, right?
Yeah, Saturday 8 p.m. ET.
Yeah, 8 p.m. I mean, can we get one right now, really quick? True, Kripo didn't have to do much. The two goals that went in, one was stroke of magic, the other was being complacent. Yeah, I completely agree.
What's the thing that's annoyed you guys the most? Is it just the fact that we haven't created anything?
I feel like it's that. I feel like we've had possession and we've had opportunity to shoot the ball, but we haven't actually shot the ball. We haven't taken, we haven't done anything in that final third. Even there, like Johnston just gave it away. Like he just.
What I'll amend to is that there's been a lot of the same issues and mistakes all tournament long offensively, really, other than the Venezuela game. But even the Venezuela game, that's the issue. Either it's like this game where they're not generating chances at all, which is kind of what Peru and Chile were, or in games where they generated chances like the first Argentina game or Venezuela, then there's just a lack of finishing for whatever reason. So it's been a bit frustrating that, like, there's been changes on the wing. There's been changes in the midfield, yet up front, it's been like, not even again, it's like Larin and David could be putting out 12 out of 10 performances. At the end of the day, if you're not scoring goals, you got to try something different, right?
It's just not there. It's just not there. You see, like we get into those opportunities, we get into the position to do something, to create something of quality, something, just anything to test the keeper, anything, and we just don't. I think there you should maybe dink it back to Chouanier, and maybe have him a shot from the edge of the box. But we play the ball into a very, very congested area where it's always going to be tough for Larin to get that. And even if he's facing Lissandro Martinez, like, it's just tough to get that. Overall, pretty damn good. Good showing. Love the high quality warm-up games. Not doing the easy ones to get prepped for the next World Cup. So yeah, this is just experience going forward, right? For us, I mean, for sure, it's a little bit disappointing. I think I'm personally more disappointed, not in the result, but in the way that we got here. We got to this result because we haven't done anything. It's not like Argentina has been overwhelming or overpowering. They really haven't. Like, we had possession. You know, we've tried to go forward, and we've been in the final third many times tonight.
That's it. It's
but we just can't create anything in that final third. We don't shoot the ball. We take bad touches. We can't get by defenders. And then we just lose possession. Or just...
The biggest worry, too, is that something that has to be mentioned is, like, the worrying thing about the attack isn't the attack, right? Because, like, the attack, you know, some teams will struggle. The problem is Canada's supposed to... That's supposed to be their strength. That's the bigger worry. That, like, they're supposed to be a team that has Davids and Larens and, you know, even so much depth that you're leaving home strikers that are pretty good. Like, you're leaving home a Brim who's playing preseason right now instead of, you know, playing at this camp. The attack's supposed to be the strength. That's the bigger worry, because it's like...
I think an interesting thing is that we've had this Laren David conversation years ago. I mean, there are two top goal scorers in this program. And
Liam Miller, dude.
Play. There was someone was open there. I didn't quite see who it was.
If field goals counted, it would be 3-2 for Canada, because that was 3 points. Just saying.
We wanted to see someone shoot it.
Just saying, Canada is in the lead, guys. It's 3-2 in the 87th minute.
Let's see some shots on target.
Liam Miller with the field goal.
Let's see what the stats are.
I agree. I don't care if we concede one or even two more, as long as put one in. I mean, we don't have a shot on goal, you know?
Yeah. Jeez.
We don't have a shot on target. Nothing on target. Absolutely nothing. Like, are we going to see any more? How many changes? We have what? One more change that we can make? One more?
No, Argentina's changes are done. The windows are done.
No.
Yeah, they brought on Miller and Ahmed. Well, that was two. And then they brought on Chouanier and Osorio, and then Tanny was a solo sub.
Oh, okay. You're right. Yeah, so that's it.
Get a little chippy.
Genuinely surprised that Kyle Laren is going to be out. Like, he's walking. Like, he's so tired.
Yeah, Jonathan David's first half shot was the only shot Canada got in target. You know, I think another point that, like, again, why this feels disappointing, because it's not a bad result. Again, 2-0 against Argentina, Canada in the first game. It just felt like Canada was more in the first game. Like, it feels like this game was a bit more surviving. And I think having played Argentina, you'd expect Canada to have kind of, you know, built off that, where it just feels like this game, it hasn't been the same momentum they had against Argentina the first time around.
Yeah.
I thought we made 4 subs. Gordo, I thought we made 4 subs. I thought we had one more left. So, do you guys change anything for, let's say now, since we're, you know, most likely, I still have hope, but most likely we will be playing in the third place game. Do we change anything for the third place? Do we play more of an experimental lineup? Is that something that where we can kind of test new players out, like a Theo Bear who hasn't seen a single minute on the pitch?
Oh, gotta get something here. Oh,
I thought that was screwing in.
Catching practice.
Argentina's been sloppy this last like 10 minutes. They've given the ball away more times.
All of us say should have probably done better, man.
You've been learning at that point. You haven't gotten the ball game. Turn and bang that.
I think how sloppy they've been. Like the last 5 minutes, they've just been giving.
It was
the ball
a lucky save, man. It was a very, very lucky save. If he puts it just a little bit further, good save, man. Yeah, good save. I guess he stuck out the leg. Big save. Big save. Ahmed does brilliant, man. Just brilliant. How much time you guys are adding? How much? What do you guys think? I'm thinking 7.
5.
It's been more than 5. There's no way.
I mean, it has, but I mean, I don't know. I can say 5 or I'd say 5 or 6. But I'll go 5. Just leave the 6.
Nice.
Into
the box. It's just. Oh my gosh!
Tanny.
I was about to say, well, who is Osorio blasting?
Maybe even 10. Maybe even 10. Because of maybe even 10. Because of Alfonso being on the bench or on the ground. Dude, you have to score.
4.
4 minutes?
I was close.
What?
In what world did they find 4? I think Alphonso Davies is 4. His injury alone was a good 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh man.
Unbelievable. Ref wants to go home.
Did that not just sum up what we were talking about of how Canada they had huge issues creating chances. They did all match. And then once they do, they never take them. And it's been like that all tournament long.
Yeah, so at that point, I don't know if it's as easy as go practice finishing. At that point, it's like almost like psychological. It's like you need. That's the thing with finishing. Like all these guys can finish. I mean, there's reason why they get paid in some cases millions to score goals, but sometimes it becomes psychological.
Guys, I still have hope. Like it's been done. Manchester United scored 3 goals in 2 minutes before. Everyone remembers that. It's out. He's offside.
Jeez.
Bro, we're not Man United. I know, man. Ref and Messi exchange shirts. All right. All right. All right. Let's have a good laugh. Listen, at the end of the day, as we approach the end of this, obviously, this is not the end of the road for Canada at the Copa America because we do have a 3rd place match left. We believed for us to beat Argentina. Unfortunately, obviously the task was too tough this time. But at the end of the day, I still think we should be proud. We should be very, very happy and optimistic for the future of this program because we've achieved things that we probably shouldn't have achieved at this Copa America. Not a lot of people gave us a chance. Not a lot of people believed in this Canadian side, not only to get out of the group, but also to get as far as the semifinals. I mean, to be in the elite and solid company with Argentina and Colombia and obviously Uruguay, it is a very, very incredible task for a country like Canada. I think we proved that we can compete. I think we proved that we belong. We can stay competitive. I mean, we didn't get blown out. We played Argentina twice in this tournament. It looks like both matches, are going to end 2-0. So it is what it is, but there's always an upside, right? The upside is for World Cup 2026 and looking forward to that 3rd place match as well on Saturday. Any final thoughts, boys?
Tough. I'll let Alex go first.
Josh wants to percolate, like a good coffee. He wants the beans to, my goodness. I'd say it's a tough one to gauge because ultimately 2 avoidable mistakes. Canada was still relatively in the game. I'd imagine that XG was inflated by the fact that Messi's goal came right on top of Crepo and Alvarez being like a 0.56 XG chance. So I don't think Canada played that bad. Defensively, that's just Argentina. It's quality. I think just offensively, we didn't see quite the level that we wanted to from Canada in this game. And that's it. They were always going to need the goals to have a chance, and they didn't get it. So overall, not a bad performance from Canada. But again, the big thing I think stands out, it didn't feel like they were able to take a step forward from what they learned in the first match, which was supposed to be an advantage of that for them. And that was maybe a bit of a frustration. But overall, I don't think it should take away from what was a good performance.
It's fair.
Well, it is what it is, right? It is Messi and Cornelius exchanging jerseys, which is nice. Nice to see.
That's quite
Derek Cornelius got Lionel Messi's kit.
Fair play.
Derek Cornelius, fair. Can we say that Argentina was the better team? Probably. You would probably
the hug for Kone, which is very deserved because Kone,
Kone was the best player here. Yeah, Kone is
Canada.
our best player of the match. Absolutely. I thought that coming onto the field, Schwanier looked very bright. Absolutely. Kone was definitely the end of the match. Schwanier exchanging jerseys with Angel Di Maria. Schwanier exchanging jerseys with Angel Di Maria.
He got a good one too in the first game. It was like I think he got DePaul or something. So he's getting a nice
okay. So he's
fan of culture.
I do feel that we had something to, like, we had opportunities to do something in this game. You know, like there were chances. It's Miller and DePaul hugging now. Like, we had opportunities to do something in this game. Like we were in their final third, Alex, Josh. Like we were just flopping in their final third. We just didn't perform well whatsoever. There was just nothing, no urgency, no shots on target except for the last couple of minutes there. We had one on Martinez.
Sorry, bit of a note, but Davies was walking around, no crutches, and he was smiling post game. So that's
good.
just good news. I don't know if you caught that.
Good. Very good.
That is good news. Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough. You guys kind of summed it all up. I just feel like the big theme around this team throughout this tournament was we struggled creating chances, and once we did, we don't take them.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And obviously, playing up against a team like Argentina, those little mistakes that you weren't punished for against Peru, Venezuela, and Chile, you will get punished for, and that just happens. You got to be completely focused. You got to be switched on the entire time, and it's tough. I really like Canada's first half, though. I will give them credit, and I like Kone's performance a lot, and Steph's. I thought that they did an excellent job. I thought Canada was still in the game. I thought there was still something to really play for. It was just that those first 10 minutes, what we said that were going to be so important, that second half, we conceded. It was 2-0, and that just kind of deflated them. Yeah,
I completely agree. Guys, make sure to stick around for our post-game live Q&A. It will be with Andy, Wheels, Ollie, and KJ. Those are the four. It's an all-star squad. Unfortunately, we fall short, but there's still lots to look forward to, like we said. The third place match. Who we're going to play, I have no idea, but it will be also a very, very competitive match because it's going to be obviously either one of Colombia or Uruguay. One of the two. So more tests, more challenges for Canada in the coming days ahead, obviously. So, Alex, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll say the third place game. Don't discount how important it can be if Canada wins. There's, of course, financial gain to be had. There's a medal. Like, this is a big accomplishment regardless. Don't let this thing of losing to the first place team in the world, it hurts in the moment because you're a competitor. You want to see the team win. I'm sure the players out there are hurting, but they still got a massive opportunity ahead of them. And, don't let this sting too much. Use the extra day that they'll have to recover and come out flying on Saturday and maybe get some of those goals that have been lacking this tournament. That would do them a world of good heading into the fall. So just keep at it.
Yeah, I completely agree. The World Cup is going to be very, very exciting. We're obviously one of the three hosts, and going forward, I mean, I'm still looking forward to the third place game. I think it's going to be a good challenge for us, whether we play Colombia or whether we play Argentina. It doesn't matter who it is. So we'll see you guys then. Third place game is on Saturday. Thank you for joining us. Live Q&A with Wheels, Ollie, KJ, and Andy. Good night. Good night.
Hello, fans. Thanks for sticking around on Vamos, brought to you by Degree here on One Soccer. Andy, KJ, Ollie, and Wheels with you. All right. We're all going to take a collective breath. We're going to dissect this game, gentlemen, and then we're going to dissect the tournament as a whole.
That's glasses.
KJ, kind of left out a little bit
Mine?
here.
Thank you.
We all got
Andy's.
I'm just saying. I'm in my glasses era. But I needed them to just see the game clear.
Losing your vision.
Thanks. Listen, we're not here to. Enough about me. Let's talk about this game. Ollie, just take me in there. How, just your viewpoint of the game and things that maybe stood out to you.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? I think ultimately they were just beaten by the better team. This is the best team on the planet right now. They're probably going to win 3 tournaments in a row. Obviously, that final is going to be a great match, regardless of who they play. But this is starting to look like not just a a really good side that wins a tournament. It's starting to look like an all-time great international side, led obviously by Lionel Messi. So I thought Canada were pretty good in the first half. The half time, it was a lot odd. You know, Jesse Marsh looked really worked up at half time. I'm not sure whether that was with the referee or with his team. And I thought they kind of came out after half time looking really up for it, flying into things, and just got a bit ragged when they didn't necessarily need to. So second half was just a bit of a disappointment. You know, not to maybe stay in this game and feel like it was still on the table a bit longer than it was. But again, you can't really do much arguing with this Argentina side and the quality they have.
What did you see, KJ, in this match?
Yeah, much like what Ollie said, I think Canada ran out of steam a little bit as the game went on. We kind of expected that. They've just put so much into this tournament. Argentina, we have to remind people, they were able to rest their players for one of the games in this tournament. They played the entire squad, different team. So they don't have as many minutes on the legs as some of Canada's players. Canada have had a very little rotation. I think it's 8 players have started every game, and many of them have given 90 minutes every match. I think we can just start by highlighting Jonathan David's tournament and how much running and work that player has put in. And you could see the impact that it had tonight on a player like Jonathan David. But Ollie went there, so I'll go there as well. You know, I think we have to put into context who we're talking about, who they just played here. And we are talking about one of the greatest international football teams to ever play the game. They lost 2 of the last 62 games. Okay, so if they go on and win on Sunday, they are undoubtedly in the conversation as being the greatest team ever. In the conversation with 1970 Brazil, Pelé, Jorginho, Tostão, 2008 to 12 Spain, Xavi, Iniesta, Sergio Ramos, Casillas, 58-62 Brazil, Garrincha. They're with them. Okay, they're better than the Argentina of 86-90, and it's miles better. They're better than France 98-2000, the early 70s Germany, 50s Hungary, who never won a World Cup but were class. 2 out of the last 62 games, the power and the pace that they have, DePaul and McAllister, the elegance that they have as well as the 8s. This is just a phenomenal football team that just kill you in so many areas, and they just, you know, the air went out the balloon for Canada, and that's what Argentina have the ability to do. And that's the greatest football team on the planet right now internationally. And as I said, and just put into context, they will go down as one of the best international football teams to ever play the game. And it's a privilege to see Canada play them.
Wheels?
I think there might be one team better internationally right now, and they might play them in the final. That's how highly I think of them. But to KJ's point, I'm not going to argue with anything he said. Not only, 2 and 65, 66, KJ, they've been in the semifinals of 7 of their last 8 major tournaments. So they know how to play tournament football. And they started off the game just taking their time. They have so much patience. And when the time comes, their vision on the ball matches their technical ability. That's what makes them so good. And what made this team great and what's turned them into world champions is the fact that now they have a team around Lionel Messi that can take some of the defensive onus off his shoulders. They hunt the ball. Every time Canada got on it, there's players flying. They're in position to go and provide that help. And 2, they're just flying in for challenges. And they do all of that so well. Can I say shithousery on the screw it? Shithouser.
We're on
that
YouTube.
Sort of stuff as well. Like they do it all in an exemplary way. So that's why tonight I felt going into this game, KJ, Ollie, Andy, we're among the 1% and not the 1%. We're among the 1% of people in Canada that work in the game of football and cover it on a day-to-day basis. The way that the narrative, and it came from the Canada team as well, building up their chances ahead of this one. I felt a little bit uneasy about the way some of the conversations were going, because the vast majority of Canadians that were watching tonight were thinking that, you know what, this Canada team, Argentina is ripe for the upset. Here we go, Lionel Messi. We're going to show you what we're all about. There's just levels right now. Jesse Marsh has been on the job for 6-7 weeks. Like, I feel like my expectations were in the right place where I could look at tonight and say, well, other than the second goal where Kone had a poor clearance, Ismail Kone made me smile the entire game other than that one moment. Like I can look at that game and see lots of positives to take with me. I'm just not sure how the masses will react to that performance tonight. I'm very interested in the chat. Like, let us know. I'm assuming that these are mostly football fans as well, but that's what I'm curious about, because if your expectations weren't set in the right place, I'm not sure what you thought you were watching there tonight.
Yeah, and we'll get into what we want to see moving forward after the tournament that was. But I kind of want to relish again just in the fact that, Ollie, Canada was the final CONCACAF team remaining of the 6 invited. Who here would have put their hand up to say that it would be Canada over, USA or Mexico? They make it to a semifinal. They played a gritty style. They played a fast-paced style. And they gave themselves this chance here tonight to have this rematch against Argentina. Just what are you seeing with this team now that they have this new head coach, now that they seem to have a direct path towards 2026 and the way they've been performing? What do you think this tournament and where they've gone, and now having the opportunity to play for third place, what do you think it just means overall for how they feel?
I mean, I think they can go away from this tournament feeling like they've done everything they came here to do. Like, I know these guys legitimately wanted to win the tournament, and I understand that they're a confident group of players who believe they could do it, and they'll always say that. But realistically speaking, we can all sit here and say, like, it couldn't have gone much better than it has, particularly given the circumstances of a new head coach coming in, a couple of months ago leading into this tournament and having 2 games of preparation. So I was never a big one for, it's preparation for 2026. I know that that's part of it, but for me, you have to take each major tournament as a serious thing and just focus on that rather than looking 2 years ahead. But Canada played very, very well here at this tournament and took meaningful steps forwards in a number of different aspects. We have a centre-back partnership. No one knew that going in. The midfield, I think, was far better than it has been in recent months and years, really, and Kone and Eustachio look like they can be the basis for something going forwards. There were different players, Schaffelberg, for example, Crepeau, that came into the team and made a significant impact. We got more out of Davies. I think this was his best stretch of games for Canada in some time. So there's a whole load of things we could go through that I think are major positives for Jesse Marsch, and will stand this team in good stead going forwards.
Yeah, how are you feeling about everything here, KJ, given the whirlwind that it has been the last year or so, right?
Yeah, I don't think you could have scripted it any better. Quite honestly, like, nobody imagined any of us would be sitting here talking about Canada playing in a Copa America semifinal. Nobody. Okay. And if you did, you're lying. Okay. So this was a team that was invited to Copa America to make up the numbers because they needed to get it to 16. Okay. They did not qualify. They got beat at home. And then they had to find a way through effectively a repechage tournament to win a narrow game over Trinidad and Tobago just to get in. Okay, that just sets up, that takes nothing away from who they are. That just sets up who they were going into this tournament. 2 months ago, they had no coach. Okay, and then they get a coach. He's been on the job for 8 weeks. They go to the Netherlands and they play the French. 2 teams who made it to the Euro semifinals. Then they go play Argentina in Atlanta. Then they play 2 savvy teams in Peru and Chile. They get out of the group. Then they beat Venezuela and play phenomenal football in one of the most entertaining football games you're ever going to see Canada play in. And then they get to a semifinal and play Argentina, and they're competitive. They don't get blown away. Anybody who expects anything different or anything more, I would just say that you just need to be a little bit more careful in your expectations, quite honestly. This has been wonderful. This group of players are back into the hearts of Canada after a World Cup. They have got the trust back of each other. They have the relationship building on and off the field. You can see the coach loves them, and they've had a wonderful tournament, and they'll go again on Saturday. But they've given it absolutely everything after a grueling European season, and they've been competitive. And more importantly, the world now knows that Canada in the men's game put some respect on their name. When they play games in 2026 at the World Cup, it will no longer be Canada are playing these games because they're hosting. It's Canada who made the semifinals in Copa America as their only team from CONCACAF. Canada who made the World Cup in 2022. Look how far we have come in such a short amount of time. And I think we just need to remember that as people start to, overanalyze these players a little bit.
Wheels.
Yeah, I mean, to echo those sentiments, you come out of it with a lot of positives. Well, let's turn the conversation a little bit to where the work needs to be in progress, or where the work is in progress, or what needs to be improved. Because come 2026, you want that gap to close more. You're going to have a manager in place for more than 2 months. It's going to be 2 years. So what needs to change? What needs to happen? The first thing that needs to happen for me is the team needs a little bit more of an identity going forward in attack. And I see lots of comments about Kyle Larin. I've seen lots of comments about Jonathan David. This was nowhere near Jonathan David's best tournament. I still do have questions about when the game slows down, when Canada isn't playing in transition, where are the technicians within this team? Where are those players that can create something out of nothing? Like, Canada's strength is their directness at times when they're playing on the counterattack, their pace, and being able to play over the top and find those channels of space when the game gets stretched a little bit. When things get bogged down in a game like this, they seem to struggle. I didn't like the movement off the ball from an attacking perspective tonight, and some of the decision making. I mentioned this, and we all love Jacob Schaffelberg for what he brought in this tournament, but he's not the final article yet. A lot of these players are not the final article yet. The decision making in the attacking third was nowhere near good enough. Call them half chances, call them whatever you want. The football in the attacking third needs to be dramatically improved over the next 2 years for this team to have a chance. Do they have players that can do that? Absolutely. Do all of these players, and you can include Kyle Larin in that conversation, does Jesse Marsh's coaching style play to their strength? That remains to be seen. It's easier right now for people watching to pick on the individual performances, but I just kind of look at this as a whole. How is Jesse Marsh, and when he was hired for this job, there's a lot of things to like, and then there's some question marks. And just the attacking side of the equation and what that will look like, that will be my biggest question mark. I still come out of this tournament wanting a little bit more and asking some questions what that's going to look like. Because if you are any team going into the next World Cup playing against Canada, you want to slow that game down, grind it out. Don't give them chances in transition. This hasn't changed about this group. And that's the one thing for me, guys, that needs to change the most and show room for improvement. Very quickly, the second thing, I know what all of you are saying, Alphonso Davies had a steady tournament, but he's a star player. And I think at some point you need to figure out how you want your star player playing. In this Canada team, is it good enough just playing as a role player at left back, or do you need to find more ways to get him more involved so he's more of a focal point? We've been riding this roller coaster. I don't have the answer to that yet. I just think that that's a question that's still very much up for debate for this team going forward as well.
But
did you say that was your second point? Because I'm pretty sure that was 7. All great points, Wheels. I'm just teasing you. Sorry, KJ, jump in.
Sorry, just to put a bow on what Wheels is saying, I think if you marry both points together, you effectively get the answer to the second question, though. Is that obviously you need more out of Alphonso Davies, but as this team continues to grow and progress, and Jesse Marsh, of course, is going to say he's not happy with 2 goals in 5 games. And of course, he knows that's going to be an area that they need to work on. And I think that you have to think about, okay, now 2026, let's go there. Everyone keeps going there. Canada will be favored to win some of those games. Okay, out of the 3 group games, I can make a legitimate case right now that 2 of them, they will be favored to win. They'll be playing at home against teams that they will be expected to beat at home. Now, they may get a powerhouse. They may get a big team. They may not. But, you know, other than that, they will be expected to take the game to those teams. And so I think Alphonso Davies playing left back can still do that. I'm with Ollie. I think he was excellent in certain parts of the game. He's not a player that's just built for highlights where you want him in the final third. Of course, he can deliver better crosses than Schaffelberg. Schaffelberg broke away in the 7th minute to this game. I see a lot of people in the comments slamming Kyle Larin. Schaffelberg broke away after 7 minutes in this game on his own. There was a cross, and Kyle Larin made a magnificent run to the near post, and he was wide open. He made that run against 2 outstanding centre-backs. And if that ball gets delivered, it's 1-0 Canada. And Larin's done it again. But it didn't get delivered where it needed to. And that's back to the point we're saying about the final third entries. So it needs to be better. But yes, of course, they need to improve their ability to do that in possession. And it comes from lots of different things. Do they change the shape? Do they get an extra man in midfield? How do they work on that? for the right now, 8 weeks, Jesse Marsh project, that was the right way to play in this tournament against these opponents to maximize your success. And they did it. And I won't criticize anything for it.
As we are going to look ahead here, I guess. And by the way, you know, we are all in agreement here. This is pretty incredible. They make a semifinal. There's still a game to play. They still have a chance to play for third. And how incredible would that be? Because for years to come, I mean, either way, I think we're talking about they finished top 4 in Copa America. To me, that's just still bananas that I would even be saying that right now. So it's a huge accomplishment, but you're right. We're all looking ahead. We all want to see improvement. We all want to see better because we really want this team to even do well, 2026. That always seems to be the goal that we're heading towards. And I think, Ollie, the one thing that really stood out to me, like when this game started, we were 4 minutes in and I even got confused. I wasn't sure if the whistle went because Argentina just held onto the ball and kept passing it laterally. Like they knew exactly what Canada was going to do. They knew exactly their game plan. And I've mentioned this before, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how you think they'll even play in that third game, whether it's Colombia, Uruguay. I think a lot of people feel like it's going to be Uruguay. Like, do you feel like Jesse Marsh has the ability to adjust a little bit here? Because it seems like other teams and the way Argentina started this game, it was pretty obvious that it's so obvious how Canada plays. Just hold on to the ball, let them press, let them open up a little too much, make a mistake, boom, try to feed Messi, off we go. And then as Canada got tired, even though they were breaking up some of those passes, as they got tired, those are the passes that ultimately ended up going through. So I guess in a long-winded way, I'm just saying, do you get the feeling, though, that we should see a little bit more tactical change by Jesse Marsh at times so the team doesn't become predictable?
Maybe, but I think that's going to take time. Like he's been thrust into a tournament here, and I think he's largely figured it out, right, in terms of having success at this tournament. I would say that for me, there was 2 different types of game for Canada at this tournament. There was the games against Argentina, and there was the games against the other 3 teams. And I think in those other 3 games, you could point the finger a little bit more at the strikers. Certainly against Venezuela, Jonathan David missed a big chance and Kyle Larin missed a big chance, right? We can't avoid that as much as they do a lot of other good stuff that they could have been better in front of goal. Similarly, against Chile and Peru, I think they created chances and had opportunities in front of the goal to score, and they probably should have scored more than they did. Tonight, I don't think they had a lot of quality opportunities. In the first 15 minutes, they broke forward through Schaffelberg 2 or 3 times, but it didn't really end in quality final products or in the ball being put on a plate in front of goal for David or Larin to finish. So I just think there's 2 different levels of opponents there, and when you look at the opponents that you would expect Canada to get results against and hopefully beat, the chance creation was pretty good for me. I think we saw this team lean into its pace and dynamism and ability to get in behind and put the ball across goal much more than we have done in recent games in the past. So for me, I think there's certainly some positives to take out of this tournament in that respect as well. Of course, there's work to do, and of course, there'll need to be more variety going forwards, but that's going to take time. I'm going to head off to the press conference, guys, now, so I'll leave you.
Appreciate the time there, Ollie. So get some good quotes for us, my friend. So simple question. Not quite sure if it's a simple answer, Wheels. How does Canada score more then?
Put the ball into the back of the net, Andy. That's what you do. I just think that it's going to take some time. When you step up and you play competition like you play tonight, it's always going to be difficult. So straight up, that's not the sexiest answer. I think there are dual nationals that they can go out, maybe add a little bit of quality in attack. I know that Jebison for a long time has been in talks with potentially coming to Canada. He's just signed with Bournemouth. He missed all of last season. He was out through illness and absence. But so that will still take some time. If they can somehow convince Luca Koleosho, played with Burnley last season, was really good over the first half of the year before he got hurt. I think that you just need to add more quality into this team. I think that that's part of it. Like, okay, if David's not on one night, or if Laren's not on, where are you turning? Teniolo Shai showed something, I think, but I mean, he's 3 months into his Major League Soccer career. So I just think that it takes time. You're going to have to add some quality. And again, just with this Jesse Marsh side, I just want to see how this team evolves over time. This is obviously a passing grade for what they've been able to accomplish here over the last 2 months. but going forward, there's will be still questions to ask, and that's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I would just finish off by saying that if you analyze the 2 goals they scored, the first one was 9 seconds in possession from the moment the turnover from the throwing, and the second one was 6 seconds from from their own throw-in. So it just shows you that all of the other literally hundreds of build-ups into the final third of the last 5 games, none of them ended in with a goal. So there's lots of reasons for that. Obviously the system that they play, people think by playing 2 strikers, in theory, you have more of a chance to score goals, but it's not the case because you effectively play 2 strikers to block off any passing lanes into the opposition 6. I think Larin and David, I've said this before, did a great job of that. But you've got Schaffelberg on one side who evolved into the tournament, but isn't known for delivering a lot of assists in his professional career. And Richie Larea, who's a fullback on the opposite side, who is also not known for being his final third deliveries. He's known for a lot of other things. He's very skillful, can keep possession, win fouls, cover a lot of ground, bring a lot of tenacity, but not for the final third delivery either. You play 2 players in Eustáquio and Kone who are very good at controlling the ball. They're not 10s. They're not going to play that final pass through. They don't get high into the final third very often. So there's things like that with this team that you don't particularly have. And the other thing I would say is that set pieces, they've got to be better. They will know that set pieces in tournaments can be very valuable. This team has potential to score goals from set pieces. We saw it consistently in World Cup qualifying, and that's gone for a number of different reasons. And I'll just add that I think Junior Hoylett was a big miss on those reasons, and his delivery into the final third. And again, a lot of negativity for David and Lauren in the chat. But, the amount of scraps they had to feed off during this tournament, the amount of times they ran into the box and made the good run and didn't get the ball and got frustrated and had to keep going and going and going again. We should highlight that they need to get better in those areas.
Yeah, KJ, one of the best chances tonight came from that long throw right before the half, Alistair Johnston. And it was Jonathan David jumping on the loose ball. It was a really smart run to continue the play. So that was my big wish. I said it on yesterday's show in the build up to this. Just set pieces need to be improved. And again, that's another area that there's room for improvement. But you said it, KJ. Like, I just feel that Canada just misses that profile of a true number 10. Just in these tight, cagey games, you need someone to open up something. They just don't have that player, do they, KJ? But thankfully, Canada has managed to find players from the periphery, from the outside, whether it be Moise Bombito or Alston Johnston or Ismail Kone. So that player could be out there. But I think that if Jesse Marsh is analyzing what he has, oftentimes the way that he plays dictated by the players that he has available as well.
But look on the positive side. Sorry, we're looking at what they can find. Look what he's found in this tournament. He's found a goalkeeper that he knows he can play every game. He's found a 2 centre-back partnership that he knows he can rely on and grow and build the confidence, and they're going to get moves. He's found an absolute star in Kone who just continues to grow and grow and grow. Schaffelberg. So there's a lot of pluses to this tournament in terms of players that Jesse Marsh knows that he can rely upon.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer someone's question there because they weren't quite sure why Junior Hoylett wasn't here. And it's because he suffered an injury during training camp. And it doesn't even look like he'll even be ready for the season. So obviously we're wishing him the best. And then, as we know, Tajon Buchanan as well here in camp, breaking his leg and not becoming that option either then as that right wing back. What did you
miss them big time?
Yeah. And these are guys they missed. But when you look at some of the guys they brought in, like Chouanier came in for Eustáquio. Obviously, we've seen Osorio kind of had to come in because Davies had the injury. Tanny in for David. Ahmed came in for Larea. What do you make, especially when you look at guys like Chouanier, and I know you've touched on Tanny just a little bit, and even Ali Ahmed. Do you like these substitution wheels? And, when we're talking about this Canada team and still trying to, maybe Jesse Marsh is still trying to figure out who's available to him and looking for that depth as well in the roster who can be those real impact players when they come off the bench. How did you feel they did?
They were fine. I mean, we know who the standouts of this tournament were. The story of the tournament was Schaffelberg working himself, from a role player to a starter. I kind of like Liam Miller, to be honest with you, in that starting role, but Schaffelberg put his manager in a position where, he had to roll with them. Mentioned Richie Larea because he was probably coming into this tournament as a depth player as well. He's played like he played the first game of the MLS season, then he got hurt. And then he's played like 7 minutes since. And then he's going out there and playing games every 4 days against Venezuela and Argentina. So it's very difficult for me to assess that, Andy. We're just going to have to see more of how they fit. I think rather more than what I think about it, I think it's quite clear who Jesse Marsch feels comfortable putting onto the field right now and which players are kind of on the outside looking and need to show him a little bit more just in terms of fit, in terms of the fit in the way that he wants to play.
Yeah, I think the subs did fine. I think they did really well. I go back to the Belgium game when I was in the stadium, and everyone references this in the World Cup, how well they played that day. Their subs did not play well that day. They deflated the team. They didn't play from 0 to 90. Once the subs came on, the depth was really not there. The depth has got better. I think more importantly, not necessarily about personnel, I think more importantly about Jesse Marsch's ability to read the game and what it needs at that time. And I think his positioning and some of his changes at crucial times have been good in this tournament. And I was delighted to see Schwanya and Ahmed get on, particularly Matthew, because I think he really deserves it. I think he can be a really big player in this team. He's an elegant player in midfield. He operates very well in space. And I know Eustáquio and Kone have got those positions locked down, but I really think Matthew Schwanya can make a difference playing for Canada under a manager like Jesse Marsch.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, there's been a lot of players that, based upon this tournament and their agents speaking to reporters, that have pushed their players and are pushing for players to make these big moves overseas. I'm of the mindset, just proceed with caution here, because you have to be playing regular football right now in the build-up to 2026, playing at the highest level possible. That doesn't mean just going overseas and changing things up and sitting on the bench and learning. I mean, there's a time for that. Players need to play right now, and you need to make the move when you're ready. I'm not sure if some of the players that have been linked to making moves are actually ready for that move. Some of them absolutely are. I think a little bit of patience is going to be required in terms of how some of the career prospects for these players go. Clearly, I'm very intrigued by Ali Ahmed. I've said it since the first time I saw him, but again, his first full season with the Whitecaps was last year. Like, so many of these players, KJ, just are so short on real experience that they're still learning the game. And then you get thrown into an international setup like this where everything changes. It's really difficult on them. And you're right. They did well.
Yeah. Well, one player we do know belongs Ismail Kone. What a performance. I just have to finish off on that because he was absolutely marvelous. And against the World Cup champions, and I'll say it again, against the midfield, Enzo Fernandez, Rodrigo De Paul, and Alexis McAllister. I don't know what the combined weight, the combined value of those three players are, but it's probably over 200 million. Kone belonged in that midfield with them, and he's 22, and he's been playing professional football for 2 years and 4 months. So it's
wild.
We have a gem. We have an absolute gem.
And now he's going to play under a great manager in Roberto De Zerbi at Marseille as well. He's going to learn a whole lot. One last thing I want to say before I go. Never mind what Canada needs to improve upon ahead of 2026. That field tonight was a disgrace, and it's not the only one in this tournament. Laying down grass over artificial turf and then packing it with sand. It was like the Copa America beach tournament. It was ridiculous. Like, we need to make a decision in North America. If you want to pack with the stadiums full of 80,000 people, the field needs to be at a level that reflects the occasion. That's embarrassing for me. Like, we need to do much better. We have a long way to go in terms of soccer in North America, and that for me was the biggest downside of the night.
Yeah, the field caught a lot of people's attention. To your point, about making a move, I was asked that on a radio show today. And as tempting as it is, it's the Richie Larea story as well, guys. Like, you just have to be so careful, because what they asked me, of course, was about Schaffelberg and Bombito, like MLS players doing really well. And can they make this move to Europe? And I said, sure, if they want experience as a practice player, but you have to be so careful because you need those minutes getting ready for 2026. And Michael asked, how many glasses does this girl have? Michael, my name's Andy. I'm a woman and I have a lot. That's right. You might just see them every single night. That's KJ. That's Wheels. I'm Andy. You've been watching Vamos, brought to you by Degree.